What's up, world? How we doing, man? We already got super chats in the building. How are you doing on this Friday, Coop?
Doing well, doing good.
Doing well, doing well. I'm back in the A, as you can see. Man, we already got people in here with super chats. Jadarian says, that's how Lib might be album of the year thus far. Ah, have you heard the Talib and Madlib album yet? It's on Luminary. It's difficult to get
In
to.
order for me to hear the album, I would have to get my subscription back up for Luminary.
I think we went over this in 2022. In order to be album of the year, accessibility is important. It's imperative. And when we say accessibility, I mean even if it was just available physical or just available on the website or whatever. I think signing up for, as we saw last time, signing up for an additional subscription for one album for a platform that doesn't have other music other than their music, but just podcasts, it's problematic.
It's Wu-Tang forever.
It's very problematic. And, you know, again, I would never knock ownership. I want people to have, our people specifically, to have the most ownership we possibly can in our art because that normally doesn't take place. But you gotta meet the consumer in the middle somewhere. You know what I mean? 36 Chambers with the super chat says, obvious answer here might be Mama Said Knock You Out and Award Tour are the first two that come to mind. Lottie Dottie's impact alone also makes it a contender. I'm cool with Lottie Dottie here. I'm going to write Lottie Dottie down right here.
That's easy.
I'm writing Lottie Dottie down. That's easy. Award Tour, I'm going to write down too. Are you okay with that?
Hold on, how deep are we getting into this song thing today? Because we still have the MC thing like hanging on.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I mean, we're not going to get super deep, pause. We're going to just, get the obvious ones out there. And I think that if we can get through some of our top 10 and see if they have any songs that, need to be on the obvious part of the list, then we can get there too.
As much as I love Mama Said Knock You Out,
I'm going to have to think about Mama Said Knock You Out.
I don't think Mama Said Knock You Out's making the 50.
I'm going to have to think about it, yeah. I think L has some that are more gimmies than that one. I would say Rock the Bells.
Rock the Bells is
I think that's the gimme. That's
Jingling
the one
Baby
that's like
is probably top 50 too, Mike.
What's that?
Jingling Baby.
Huh. Okay, let's go through some criteria because we're gonna need criteria. Now, first off, I guess
is that where we're starting? Are we starting with
I
that?
guess we'll jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. Why not?
I mean, well, that's fine.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. So I was just surfing the internet as I do, and I saw that Hot 97, Ebro in the Morning, they were celebrating Biggie's, I don't want to say anniversary or anything, but just the demise of Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace to him. It's 26 years ago now that, he was murdered out in L.A. So anyway, they were, showing love to Biggie's material, and I saw that Hot 97 had a top 50 hip-hop songs of all time list that they were doing, and I thought that was an interesting list, and I think that, much respect to them. I'm all about competition. I think we could do a more accurate list because we talk to the people. So, but this was some of their criteria.
Well, Mike. No, Mike. Hold on one second. Mm-hmm. We might as well take something from them. They keep on taking and taking and taking from us.
They've borrowed from us a couple times, allegedly, maybe, possibly. Who knows? But
possibly up in this
here are their criteria. And let me know what you think about this, right? So they have, let's see. The following breakdowns will be had on Ebro in the Morning crew will be choosing their songs every week. So basically they're choosing songs every week to nominate for this top 50 hip hop songs of all time, right? Here are the criteria they got. Quality of song. Do you listen beyond the first verse or to completion? I think that's a really good criteria, honestly. Substantial cultural relevance. Does this song stand the test of time? Impact. How influential is that track during the time of release? Okay. and you got novelty or not, which I think is a confusing criteria here. But it says, was the song a novelty song? Example: Ice Ice Baby, Can't Touch This, Laffy Taffy, etc. They
But
also
how?
say, go ahead.
No. Go ahead and finish.
I was just gonna say they also said some reminders before we move on. This is not a scientific poll. It is for debate, entertainment, and fun. We're in New York City, so there will be an East Coast bias. And that sentence right there made me feel like, yeah, let's do a list as well, because we don't have a bias here. We're for the people, by the people. And I think that for Hip Hop 50, I think that we definitely need a top 50 hip hop songs of all time list, even if it's not in order. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was like, might as well do it.
Sometimes I don't think people understand how unbiased we are. I walked into this show, Mike, and we had an unraveling that occurred because I was listing off my top 5 MCs of all time once upon a time, many years ago now. And I was like, so give me Nas, Jay, Rakim, Andre. You were like, hold on, pause. You were like, Andre. You were like, well, what material, Coop? Like,
and Andre's my favorite rapper growing up.
So, I mean, just how unbiased we are. I walked into this show having Andre, I believe, at number 4 all time, behind Nas, Jay-Z, and Rakim. So, yeah.
KC1 with the super chat says, Shook Ones made you look and protect your neck. Okay, Shook Ones is there.
Hey, I want to talk about protect your neck. Can we footnote that?
We could footnote that one. I'll put protect your neck to the side. I got Made You Look. I think that's top 50. I think Made You Look's top 50. I'm gonna say Cream since we're talking protect your neck. That's a gimme, right?
Cream is a gimme, but here's what I'll tell you, because it's like you told me, their list had Triumph on it. Well, that's why I want to talk about Protect Your Neck, Mike. That's why it's
okay. Well, yeah. Let me say that since you said that, they actually have 4 songs on their list currently. Currently, they have Nas, If I Ruled the World, Wu-Tang's Triumph, Rakim and Eric B's Paid in Full, and Slick Rick's A Children's Story. Now, A Children's Story.
We need to go ahead and put A Children's Story.
I was going to say, I'm writing that down right now. A Children's Story is a gimme.
Children's Story is a gimme.
I feel like, personally, man, I've said this about Paid in Full before. I said Paid in Full, and I still stand on this, and we'll see how this shapes out. Paid in Full is probably the only hip-hop album, that and The Great Adventures, where you probably have 4 possible top 50 hip-hop songs of all time on that one album. Before we say Paid in Full, I'm going to say Eric B is president. That's where I stand on it. But
I'm cool if we put both of those down.
Okay. Eric B is president and Paid in Full. Because they're both going to be in it.
Because here's the thing about it. Paid in Full, like the record, is probably more bitten and sampled and used than even Eric B is president. And Eric B is president, like, people steal the bars from that all the time. They steal the bars more from Paid in Full.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows every single word of that record, even if you weren't around for that record.
I think everybody knows every single word to both of those records. Definitely the first verses to each of those records.
Uncle Fran with the super chat says, Common, I used to love her. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I think that belongs.
All right, I used to love her.
Hold on, can we do this Wu-Tang thing right quick, though?
Go ahead. I wanted to get through the super chats real quick. Huh?
They had Triumph.
They had Triumph on there. I'm gonna hold off on Triumph personally.
Like, we're gonna have to hold off on Triumph for a lot of reasons. Reason number 1 is Protect Your Neck, Mike, because Protect Your Neck is a superior record to Triumph.
Okay.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I'm tired of people overrating Triumph because of Inspector Deck and Method Man's secondary verse. Because quite frankly, after those 2 verses, I told you, it's just a good song until Ghost and Ray come back. It's just the reality of the matter. It's the first 2 verses and the last 2 verses. That middle ground is just a good rap song. There's about 6 or 7 songs on Wu-Tang Forever better than Triumph, Mike. Most notably the song right after it, which is Impossible.
Listen, I can't argue with you.
The MGM is better.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
Older Gods is better than Triumph. Reunited is better than Triumph. Mike, Cash Still Rules Scary Hours is better than Triumph.
Like, of course it is. That's my favorite song on the album. Listen.
What are we doing here, Mike?
I do want to highlight.
The Bells of War is better, and so are the bars consistently outside. Like, if you take Deck's, like, awe-inspiring verse out, Bells of War is fucking better than Triumph. Like, no.
I want to highlight something you're saying right now because...
Heaters.
Yeah. I like Heaters more than Triumph. This is what I want to highlight what you're saying right now. Because a lot of the times when these lists are made, they start talking about, like, I guess the singles and the success rate of those singles or whatever. I saw a list where it was like, I want to say it was a top hip hop song list. I think Rosa Parks was somewhere in the top 20 or 30, right? From Outkast. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, in my opinion, Rosa Parks not a top 5 song on a Kumina. And so what I want to say here is a song can't be on this list if there are a few songs. It has to be the best song on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't listen.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be the one. In the case of some special rap albums, Mike,
right?
It has to be the 1, the 2, or the 3 because it's like, well, you know, we're going to talk some Doggy Style. We already got Paid in Full and Eric D as president up here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
And when you say special album, yeah.
Look, Mike, we already got Cream up here. I'm already wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. We're already having a Protect Your Neck conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think Protect Your Neck is top 50, Mike. Because here's the thing about it. The lyrical display starts with Deck and ends with Jizza. And Jizza's verse might be the verse of the year. And it's just consistently, it's just, Mike, it's just a moment. Like, you still listen to it to this day and you feel like the rawness and the energy of it. And people don't understand this. Until Protect Your Neck came out, you had never heard anything like that before. You had never heard that many dudes get on a record like that and be that good.
And be that different, yeah.
And that succinctly different. Like, everybody was succinctly different.
Andrew Green with the super chat says, hope y'all listen to J. Cole's song on Creed 3 soundtrack, Adonis Interlude. Whose verse is better, J. Cole on that or Jay on The Watcher 2? Interesting
Everybody's talking about that verse.
How did you feel about it? I liked it. I was listening to it when I was on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, on firsthand, I'm going to go Jay on The Watcher 2, but I could be wrong. I'll go back and listen some more.
I'm about to say I need to marinate some more. Off first hand, I'm going to give that to The Watcher 2 and J2.
Yeah. Jay Short with the super chat says, nomination, F the Police. I'm with that. I'm going to put that to the side right now, right?
I don't think so, because I don't know if it's one of the 3 best songs on that album.
It's a statement.
Because Express Yourself is better, and so is Straight Outta Compton.
Well, he got Straight Outta Compton next. I think Straight Outta Compton's there. He says still
I think Straight Outta Compton is there. I don't know if Fuck the Police is. You're talking about the impact. And listen to what I'm saying. Like, my thing with Triumph is that they said it themselves. Do you listen past the first verse? It's like, well, yeah, I listen past the first verse to the second verse, the meth, and then I kind of fade.
He's got F the Police, Straight Outta Compton, Still a G Thing, Today Was a Good Day, Tonight by Quick, The Formula by the DLC, Explosive, and California Love. I love that list. I'm taking Straight Outta Compton and putting that on here, obviously.
That's on there.
Straight Outta Compton. I don't know about Still a G Thing, but I think G Thing's on there. And I definitely got Good Day on there. That's
the original G Thing is on there.
Yeah, Good Day. And while we're on the West Coast with Jay Short, I'm going to go ahead and...
Mike.
Huh?
Nothing but a G Thing's top 10.
Okay.
It's not a regular rap record.
I got Who Am I by Snoop Dogg. What's My Name?
I'm cool with that.
I got Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice, yeah.
All
cool with that. Now, here's the only thing that I would quibble with you about that, and that's what I mean. There are special circumstances, Mike. Man, the Shiznit and Murder Was the Case is better than both of those records.
Well, those are, again, like you said, certain albums we have special.
Right.
I mean, because somebody could say that, you know, my melody
Murder
is
Was
better.
the Case is actually the best song on Doggy Style.
Somebody could say my melody's better than Paid in Full or something. And I think it is. But again, it's a special case album.
In a lot of ways it is.
Yeah,
it might make top 52, Mike, depending on how this kind of unfolds. Yeah.
Right. What do you think about California Love?
I want to footnote that for a second.
Okay, we'll put California Love to the side.
Just because Dear Mama and Keep Your Head Up, Mike.
I think still DRE.
No. Back up. Dear Mama, keep your head up.
Okay, yeah, definitely. That's a given.
Okay. I was just making sure we were clear.
No. That's a given. I got Still DRE.
Still?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to footnote that for a second, Mike. It's 50.
You think so?
I do.
That's an epic record, man.
I mean, Mike, because what I tell you is, it's like, how about this? You think it's epic? It's like, okay, Let Me Ride, Explosive, G-Thing, Next Episode. Is it really succinctly better than those records?
It is. It is. And you know what? I personally like Let Me Ride better. But
I want to footnote that,
DRE's
Mike, I don't
better.
think so, Mike. I don't think so. I think you might be overrating that record a little bit.
It's become his quintessential record.
Huh?
It's become his quintessential record.
I don't think, is it? Did he perform it at the Super Bowl?
Yeah. It was the one that everything was centered around. It was the closer.
Really?
Yeah. It's become Dr. Dre's quintessential record.
Is it?
It is.
I'm asking the people. I'm not asking you. I'm asking
okay. Let me get the Andrew real quick.
DRE top 50?
What's up?
I'm asking the people, like, are the people saying still DRE's top 50? I'm not in the chat right now.
Oh, yeah. Let me get to the super chat so I can catch up with the chat. But yeah, I want to ask the people, is it top 50? Andrew Green with the super chat says, I nominate Triumph. I know Cream will make the list.
Triumph's not making this list. That's not a top 50 song.
Man with the super chat says, Cream, Mind Playing Tricks. There we go. We got that one. Mind Playing Tricks, Bring the Pain, F the Police, I'm Bad, Fight the Power. Fight the Power's on there. Ambitions as a Rider, The Message, Ain't No Joke, and Trouble T. Roy. Okay. You just gave us a lot of great ones, man. But let me go ahead and put Mind Playing Tricks on here real quick.
Madman, you finally became good for something. I'd like to thank you.
Man, I personally, y'all know what How High means to me. But I don't know.
How High is top 50, Mike. That's what I'm saying. When you talk about Still DRE, do you think Still DRE is better than How High?
I do. And How High means more to me than probably everybody in this room.
I'm going to ask you how high you are right now.
Bring the Pain. I'm going to put that to the side.
I think we're going to have to footnote that, like we're going to have to footnote California Love right quick, Mike.
Yeah. F the Police, we put that to the side. I'm Bad. Let's put that to the side for now because we do have a Rock the Bells.
So we got Cali Love, Bring the Pain. What are we putting to the side?
I got Protect Your Neck, Triumph, F the Police, California Love, Bring the Pain, I'm Bad right now.
Hold on. We putting Protect Your Neck to the side still? Okay, that's cool.
For right now, yeah. Fight the Power's in there. Right?
Protect Your Neck. Hold on, say it one more time. Protect Your Neck, Triumph, California Love, Bring the Pain, F the Police.
I'm Bad.
I'm Bad.
Ambitions
Mama
as a rider.
Mama said knock you out, Mike. Mama said knock you out.
Oh, yeah, Mama too. Yeah. Mama said knock you out. All right, let's put...
Hold on, Mike. Award Tour. Is Award Tour top 50? I think it is.
I got Award Tour in there.
I got Award Tour in too.
All right, while we're on Tribe, Bonita Applebaum top 50?
Can I footnote it?
I think the impact and all of that is really heavy with that record, but that's fine. I think it'll get in there. We can footnote it.
I think it'll get in there too.
I think it's got to be in there. That's one of those records that everybody knows too. Ambitions as a Rider.
Mike. You want to know what? I'm tripping, Mike. Put it in.
Okay. I mean, I try to not be biased. You know what I mean?
No, that's Bonita, Mike. When it drops, it does a certain thing to people.
Everybody knows that one. Trouble T. Roy, obviously. That's in there. Ain't No Joke. I think it's in there, but I want to put it to the side just because he has so much.
Mike, that's my favorite song on Paid in Full, and I don't care what anybody says. That's when MCing changes.
It does.
That's the record where MCing changes.
Roy Wana with the super chat says, "Who shot you?" Definitely. That's your joint, Coop. What do you think? I don't think so.
I'm about to say, we're going to have to footnote that.
I just think that the record, and there's no disrespect to that record, I think that the other records in the 50 do so many things that Who Shot You just doesn't do.
No, I'm
overall.
Footnote.
Okay.
I think it's a footnote.
Because while we're on Big, One More Chance remix is definitely in there.
One More Chance remix.
It's a perfect record.
I mean, even though not for me, Mike, this is what I'm saying about their rare albums with rare cases, Mike. I would tell you Juicy too, although I don't even think Juicy's a top 5 record on Ready to Die.
Juicy's another special situation.
It's not better than Everyday Struggle. It's not better than Me and My Bitch. It's not better than Unbelievable. It's not better than Machine Gun Funk. It's not better than the record Ready to Die. It's definitely not better than The What. It's not better than Warning.
I personally never was. I mean, I liked Juicy when it came out, but I like Juicy like I like. Shit, I think I like AZ's Sugar Hill more than I like Juicy. You know what I mean? Like. Juicy's dope, but I think that because of how things turned out, I feel like over time, Juicy became bigger, and its legacy became bigger than it was when it dropped. I remember loving Big Papa more than I loved Juicy, and I probably because of the Isley Brothers joint or whatever, but I just felt like, yeah, man, like, I like Warning more than I like Juicy, man. It's going to be hard for me to put Juicy on this list.
I'm going to submit something to you in real time. I was at an establishment in Buckhead in 2000, and I was drinking illegally, you know what I mean? Because that's what I did back then. I wasn't legal yet. I was 19. But I knew people even back then. A very nefarious organization that was well known down here came and bought out the bar, which created quite the stir. Now, I was already there chilling and doing my thing. I really wasn't with that flow for the evening, so I went across the street to this place called Club Uranus. Do you remember Club Uranus?
I remember that spot out there on the Buckhead
Club Uranus
Strip.
Was not your quote-unquote black Atlanta Buckhead club, but that was a very, like, multifaceted and diverse crowd. Now, Mike, I was inebriated and on a variety of substances, but I remember being in that club and being 19, almost 20 years old, and when Juicy came on, Mike, every white person, every black person, Latino, Asian, no, everybody knew the words, Mike, and it was actually the moment of the night. It was actually like one of the send-off records. It's like I think they played Juicy, and then like I think this was around the time like I Wish It Dropped or some shit like that by Carl Thomas. So it's like they just kind of kept it like that. But Juicy's like that, Mike.
Do you feel like and I think this is a fair question.
Outside, I seen that.
I feel you, but I want to ask the people that were outside in 1994 and 95, do we feel like Big's passing possibly elevated that record? Because if that's the case, I don't know if that's fair to put it over records that were that without something traumatic like that happening. You know what I mean? 36 Chambers with the super chat says, nothing but the G thing and who am I? Yep, what's my name? Feel like gimmies too. They are. Cream is obvious for Wu-Tang in my opinion. Let me catch up with these super chats, Coop, if you don't mind. We got Ray Wanna says, Jay, where I'm from, Imaginary Player, The Evils, one of those. I don't think those are top 50, in my personal opinion. I mean, no disrespect to those records. Those are incredible records. I think that the list that we have here just trumps that. Spur22, the super chat says, hope you talk about the Hit Boy drama with Hitmaker. Hitmaker's a clown. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Roy Warner with the super chat says, still DRE, most definitely. Written by the GOAT. Okay. Curtis 75 Black with the $20 super chat showing love. He says, oh, man. LL's to the break of dawn. Lyrics and bars used for Ice Cube's No Vaseline. Chino XL's Partner to Swing. Gangstar's Who's Gonna Take the Weight. The Scratches. And Pharoah Monch's Behind Closed Doors. First bars flip. Okay, since we're talking Gangstar, Mass Appeal, definitely.
Which you on the Mass Appeal?
Mass Appeal, definitely. Some of those other records, great records, but I don't know, man. No Vaseline. It's hard to put. I mean, I think No Vaseline's the greatest diss record ever, but it's hard to put.
We're not putting any diss records in the top 50, Mike. Yeah. I think it perpetuates the wrong image of what we want hip hop to represent.
I don't think that I don't think diss records can even be that great to do that. You know what I mean? Like, these are just great songs. CJ Kidd with the super chat says, "Mind playing tricks on me." We got that in there. Spur22 with the super chat says, "Compton's Most Wanted. Hood took me under." in my opinion, top 50. Compton's Most Wanted was fire.
I did listen to Compton's Most Wanted, Mike.
Just You Run with the super chat says, my two songs are Molly Mall's The Symphony. There you go. That's in there.
There we go. That's in there.
The Symphony. Can't leave that one out. The Symphony and the Tribe Called Quest Scenario. Put that one to the side for the moment.
I would put Check the Rhyme to the side before I would put Scenario to the side, but that's okay.
I'm with you on that too. But you know me, I actually like, Can I Kick It more than both of those records. And he also said that the Talib and Madlib's new album is really dope. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to Luminary one more time. Unless one of you guys can send it to me. I don't know. I didn't say that. Let's see. Esquire with the super chat says, lower tier top 50, My Philosophy and Ready or Not. My Philosophy's there, in my opinion.
My Philosophy's top 50.
Yeah, My Philosophy is there.
Because that might be his salvo. You know what I mean? That might be the song that identifies. Like, I know he has some bigger records, but that might be the one that identifies. Like, who's KRS-One?
That's the record. No, I could play, yeah. Y'all, he was going in, too. I mean, I just quoted My Philosophy a couple episodes back.
That is correct.
JB was here with the super chat says, Passing Me By. That's a good one. And Ain't No Half Stepping.
Ain't No Half Stepping is there.
I think the Pharcyde has a case. That's a record that everybody knows. No, I think the Pharcyde has a case for Passing Me By. I'm actually cool with
Passing Me By.
Yeah, I think Pharcyde has a real case. That's top 50. I want to nominate a record that may not be brought up. I want to nominate Summertime. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
No, it's top 50.
Okay.
No, it's top 50. We're not nominating that. That's in.
Okay. Because I know, you know how when it comes to Will...
That ain't nothing to nominate. We're not playing those type of games.
It's like, when it comes to Will, he kind of gets, shitted on like that, It's
very shady. You heard Chris Rock calling him a rapper on the special. Didn't call him an actor, called him a rapper.
I don't even want to get on that, man. Ain't no half-steppings in there.
I keep trying to tell you, Mike, Will Smith, the MC, was a dope-ass MC. Always was a dope-ass MC.
Mm-hmm. Summertime so dope that people think Rakim wrote it. NDU Jams with the super chat says, Outkast, Miss Jackson.
I was thinking Moms Over Baghdad, Mike.
I'm going to put that one to the side. I think so.
Really?
Okay.
I think Moms Over Baghdad's top 50, Mike.
I think so. I'm trying not to be biased here.
No, Moms Over Baghdad type 50, Mike.
If you notice, I'm very hard on Cass, man. Like, I just want to make
Moms
sure
Over Baghdad is top 50.
I want to make sure we're not giving any Atlanta bias here. You see the hat that I got on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're not giving any Atlanta bias, but we also not going to trip either. Like, Moms Over Baghdad is a moment.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty epic. It's a tour de force of a song.
It's their best song, in my opinion.
You think it's their best song?
I think if we want to, like you said with KRS,
if
somebody dropped down from space and said, who is Outkast? I'm playing that record.
See, that's the thing about it. I'd be like, well, which Outkast do you want? And if they were like overall Outkast, you're probably right.
That record gives you everything that they are, from the record scratching to the lyrics.
The MCs and the top-notch lyricists that they are is alive on that record. Their innovation and their creativity is alive on that record. So I would have to agree.
And then you got the bassist all the way down to the DJ scratching, and you know what I mean?
Well, I love and even down to the ragtop and having the choir involved.
It's everything that they are.
Yeah.
Roy Warner with the super chat says, Jay, Who You With is top 50. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Christopher Hogan.
It's not even top 5 on Volume 1. And I love Who You With. It's not even top 5 on Volume 1.
I never was a big fan.
98, You Must Love Me, Where I'm From, 1,000,001 Questions, Imaginary Player, Streets Is Watching.
Christopher Hogan with the super chat says, First of the Month by Bone and Rob Bass.
I was thinking about
Takes
Thuggish
Two.
Ruggish Bone.
What do y'all think about Crossroads?
Crossroads is in, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that has to be in.
Crossroads was like quadruple platinum.
Now you want to talk about a record that everybody knows.
The single was quadruple platinum, Mike.
Yeah.
They probably still eating off Crossroads.
Crossroads is one of the biggest rap songs ever.
Easy.
Rob Bass, It Takes Two. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Whopper. Fuck the Big Mac.
We might have to do 100, man.
I told you, Mike. That's why when you was like talking some of this stuff, like F the police, I'm like, F the police ain't making this list.
Just You Run with the super chat says, Cube, it was a good day, and Nas, the world is yours.
I personally have The World Is Yours, Mike, but that's personally my theme music, so I'm going to let the people decide.
Yeah, we'll hold off on that for the moment. I mean, these are a lot of great songs.
Footnote?
Yeah, I'll footnote that. 36 Chambers says, Elevators. The hook alone puts it there.
I'm with Elevators.
You with Elevators? I'm more...
It's that Bombs Over Baghdad is their best moment. Elevators is the come-out moment. If they are the group that we say they are all time, which is pretty much, if we're talking group work, we have them 1, 2, or 3. If we're talking overall, we have them 1 or 2. And the groups that we have them in the category with are Wu-Tang, Tribe, De La, Public Enemy, NWA, like Mobb Deep, like, yeah, Elevators.
I just feel like Cell Therapy's the better song, especially for a countdown like this.
Who said Cell Therapy wasn't making it? Why can't Elevators and Cell Therapy make it? I thought you weren't biased.
Okay.
Very problematic that you said that. Mike, speaking of which, that makes me put Cell Therapy in right now, Mike. Cell Therapy,
Cell Therapy.
Elevators.
I'm just trying to be very selective.
If you really want to know the truth, Mike, the South has the least amount of representation really right now. That in the Midwest, because all we really have is, before that was Bombs Over Baghdad, and I Used to Love Her, and Mind Playing Tricks.
KC1 with the super chat says, still DRE isn't even top 100, Mike. Sorry, Jay doesn't have a top 50 song. Okay.
I'm kind of.
If y'all want me to, okay, I can line out still and put that over here to the side, and we could debate it later, right? But
still DRE?
Yeah, but he brought up a point. Does Jay have a record in here?
I mean, Dead Presidents 2 is what comes to mind initially, but you would have to footnote that the way you would have to footnote The World Is Yours.
Yeah, because that's not commercially.
Is a superior record.
Yeah, because again, it's
a derivative of the record, obviously.
The only Nas record we have on here, mind you guys, so far, is Made You Look. So I think that record does a lot from a core standpoint and from just being a straight out banger. And it was a single, so we can kind of quantify it. I personally think that Jay's best record is You Don't Know. And I've come up with that over the past year, actually. And
Mike,
so if there was a record...
Right quick? I don't mean to cut you off, Mike. I played You Don't Know like a couple nights ago, like about 3 times in a row. You might be right.
That's his best record.
That shit crazy, Mike.
But if I put that record up against these other records, I don't know how well it fares. You want to put You Don't Know up against Mind Playing Tricks on Me? Summertime? Shook Ones? I don't know. It's hard to quantify. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
I don't know. But if there is a nomination for him, I would go, I think You Don't Know is his best chance. I think You Don't Know, because a lot of, the thing with Jay is his best records are the records that weren't really released. You know what I'm saying? So for these people, these great records were released. And so it overpowers the quote unquote B-sides.
Can I be honest with you, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
We can't be biased for Jay and put something like You Don't Know on this list.
Yeah, that seems unfair to me. All these other records
are records that got released, Mike, for mass consumption.
That's like me putting...
And there's a reason for that.
That's like me putting Benz or a Beamer on here because I personally love it.
That's what I'm saying. So You Don't Know doesn't make it. That's why at least was like, well, no, Dead Presidents 2, because Dead Presidents 2 got released for mass consumption. It's just if you have Dead Presidents 2 in there, you have The World Is Yours in there, because it is the superior record.
And, you know, it's unfortunate, Coop. And I think just because, you know, that hustler mindset that Jay has, which is a gift that I think he has ahead of a lot of people.
He has in spades.
It is the reason why he didn't take a chance on You Don't Know when the Blueprint was out. That should have been the single or one of them. But he didn't believe in that record enough, or the crew didn't believe in that record enough to say, you know what? I know the trends are to do these things right now, but I'm going to put a video out for this record anyway. So if they didn't believe in You Don't Know enough to organically really put it out, we can't give it extra points.
Here's what I'll tell you, Mike. You Don't Know is the only record in his catalog that would make me hesitate to play Made You Look if we were to have a versus. Like if there were to be a versus, You Don't Know is the only record he has that would make me hesitate about playing Made You Look. It's the only record he has like that. Because any other record that you play of his, that you'd be like, oh, this record, this record, that, I'd be like, play that.
Yeah.
You Don't Know is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I feel you on that. It should have been the first single, much like Made You Look was the first single to God Save.
Well, speaking of balls to put out, you know, unpopular records, I'm nominating Jesus Walks too.
Yes.
You know, it takes balls to put out Jesus legendary. Walks and Sell Therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, we thought it was legendary when it came out when we were younger. It's really, truly legendary now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. Jesus Walks is like that.
Seek Bix with the super chat says, The Far Side passing me by. Let me catch up. Mad Max with the super chat says, Many Men for 50. Victory by Biggie. Platinum Plus by Big L and Kane. Nas Represent. The Message. Nas is like, hopefully when you're saying The Message, you're thinking of Grandmaster Flash. And if you are, that's on there.
Yeah, we already got that down.
Okay, The Message. Nas is like, Rewind, Take It in Blood, Oh Boy, Cam. I'm Ready, Dipset. I Need Love, LL. Well, Mad Max is younger, and that kind of brings me to our next point. What from this era, or let's just say 2010 on, or let's just say the 2000s on, do you think needs to be on here? Because a lot of the stuff that we're naming is some older stuff. So anything from the 2000s on, what has to be on here? And we'll get back to some of the other stuff. Jay showed the super chat.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
See, this is what I mean. See, this is why they, what was that thing that they said?
Talking about,
they were talking.
Do you listen beyond the first verse? Or to completion?
Novelty or not.
Okay.
So how do you feel about something like Bad and Bougie by the Migos?
I think it should be there. I mean, that's me personally. I think it should be there. I think it's one of the...
You see where their bias comes in at when they start setting the criteria, though? Because I guarantee you, they would tell you that it's like, oh, well, that's gimmicky. It's like, yeah, because nobody up there made it.
Well, this is the record, and let me explain for the people who might think that, you know, Mike's tripping.
No Time by Little Kim, Mike.
Yeah, I want to put that there, too. Let me explain this Bad and Bougie thing, though. So Bad and Bougie created a star in Offset. It actually propelled Migos to a whole different plateau. It actually made a star in Lil Uzi, too. It's a very important record. Without that record, a lot of things would be different. For them, shoot, even for, Offset's rise as well, and possibly Uzi's rise. So
I told you,
I'm okay with that record being there.
It's the first record that I ever saw my daughter and my niece rap the words to. And they were doing the little dance moves, too, in the back seat of my car. They were like 6 and 7 years old. I'd never even seen them turn up before, Mike. I didn't even know until that day that they knew how to turn up.
I remember being in Miami around the time when it came out, and I think it was still kind of new, or it had been out for a minute because I heard it early. I was digging in the crates. I heard it early. But at that point, it was starting to it was kind of new to the mainstream. I'll put it that way. But we got in like an Uber or something, and it was a whole bunch of Caucasian girls in there, and They knew every single word to every single part of the song. And I'm like, and I'm like, yo, man, this one's a little different for the Migos, because Migos had always had like street hits and records that we all knew. They had Fight Night, they had Versace, they had Hannah Montana, though, but this one was different. Like this time it was different.
Mike. Like I think T-Shirt's the better song.
Bad and Bougie,
but it's not Bad and Bougie, Mike.
Okay.
It's not Bad and Bougie.
So you want to nominate No Time as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm Mama, Miss Havana. Usually rock the Prada, sometimes Gabbana. Sticky for your cream and your riches. Zsa Gabor, Demi Moore.
Do you think that's Kim's quintessential record, or think it's Crush on You?
No, Mike.
I know which one I like more, but I'm saying which one is the record that got more legs and more burn?
When she said, I'm drinking babies, then I cracks for the Mercedes, act shady, feel my 380. I was like, that's my girl. I choose her. I choose her, Mike. When she said that, I choose her.
Jay Short with the super chat says, I think the song most non-hip-hop fans associate with Biggie is More Money, More Problems. It's in the popular lexicon.
His verse is, but it's the record overall. You're talking about his verse. You're talking about the B.I.G., P.O., P.P.A., no info No, you're talking about the verse. You're talking about the flow. You're talking about the swag. You're not talking about the song.
The L Web with the super chat says, how high in Summertime in the LBC? I like Summertime in the LBC. I like Summertime in the
LBC. Lil Dove
Is that really a rap song, though?
Lil Dove Shack for that.
Yeah, I love that record. Brings back memories. CJ Kidd with the super chat says, Souls of Mischief 93 till infinity. I love that. I'll put that to the side for now. Right?
I was thinking, who got the props is top 50. If
Ooh, yo, I'm with that.
Who got the props top 50?
Thing is, if that's there, how could we say 93 to infinity isn't?
Because who got the props is better.
I would like to do a poll on that. That's a good one, though. I'm putting down who got the props. We'll put 93 to infinity to the side. This ain't going to be done today, but I just think this is a good dialogue to start. Mark Thompson with the super chat says, self-destruction. What do you think about that?
I love me some self-destruction, Mike, but you're going into dangerous territory when you get into that super, super big posse cut thing.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Because then it's like, what about, remember the Panther remix with the sisters?
Listen. I know self-destruction.
Want to talk about some bar work, Mike?
Listen. I know self-destruction has a great message.
So you telling me dudes wrote verses for all the ladies on the Panther soundtrack for the Freedom remix?
Nah, man.
Damn lie.
Listen, bro.
Damn lie. They was writing them bars, Mike. It's bar work on
Listen. I know the message for self-destruction. I like that better
than I like self-destruction.
That's what I was going to say. The message for self-destruction is great, but the points is better. It is what it is.
Shit is.
My mere thoughts of the super chat says, today was a good day. Dear Mama, Mom playing tricks. One more chance. I used to love her. New York State of Mind, Mass Appeal. She keeps passing me by, reminisce, and it's funky enough. We got all of those except for New York State of Mind and it's funky enough.
It's funky enough, Mike. It's top 50.
I think so, too.
I think it's one of Dre's best productions, actually. I still feel that way about it to this day.
That shit's crazy, man.
That shit bananas.
That shit is
way
crazy.
Ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time. Okay.
Way ahead of its time.
Antonio with the super chat says, Lucchini, this is it. What do you think about that? Woo-ha. Got you all in check.
No.
Yeah, I'm going Lucchini, though. Jay Short with the super chat says, Dear Mama, Humpty Dance, 93 till infinity. Deep cover. Whew.
I can feel it.
A deep cover's there. I can't front on that. I mean, shit.
I can feel it.
What about Humpty Dance?
Footnote. Because wouldn't that be, quote unquote, what's the word?
Yeah.
Novelty?
But that shit has legs, though. Like, we hear Humpty. You're going to hear somebody play that in the Friday night, Saturday night mix this weekend. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think Humpty Dance is better than, like, something like this is what I mean about the dot bias. What really gets played more, Humpty Dance or It Takes Two?
Humpty Dance is better than It Takes Two.
Thank you.
We're gonna start crossing stuff out though. Maybe not today, but we'll cross some stuff out. But yeah, Humpty Dance is better than It Takes Two. Andrew Green with the super chat says, "Have y'all heard Hit Boy and Alchemist collabo? Slipping in the Darkness? Yes, fire." Seek Bits with the super chat says, "The Light, Respiration, Me, Myself, and I." All great choices. All great choices. I think that Me, Myself, and I would be the one that I would pick, maybe.
What's the one?
Me, Myself, and I.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
A little daylight.
Now, come on. Let's talk about 2000s beyond before we get to the next subject, though. Like, what records from the 2000s and beyond are we choosing?
You know how I feel about What You Know by T.I., Mike? Know how I feel about What You Know.
What You Know.
What do you say about What You Know?
Great record.
What do these people know about What You Know?
I'm going to say, I don't really love In the Club like that. But I do think that it's hard to say that record's not there.
It's too big, Mike.
It's too big.
It's too big. Go, Sean.
It's huge.
Chipper.
It's a top 50 record.
We're going to party like it, yeah.
36 Chambers of the super chat says, maybe it's not Nas' best song, but Take It in Blood. Nah, that's not top 50 hip hop song all time.
I'm trying to tell you guys, I play Take It in Blood every day on my birthday. It's the first song I play when I hop in my car.
I never brag.
Car, play Take It in Blood.
Into You Jams.
Top 50 record. It only have a video.
Yeah, I don't have a video to it.
You need a video.
Into You Jams with the super chat says The Formula by the DLC. We got Esquire with the super chat says, Hey Young World. Yes, yeah.
See?
Still not a player.
We're going to footnote that like My Melody and I Ain't No Joke.
Well, we're going to have to footnote, well, since we got Lottie Dottie in there, A Children's Story. Hey Young World.
Mona Lisa.
Yep.
How about this? Mona Lisa's in there, Mike. Like for me, it's Children's Story and Mona Lisa are in.
I feel like Hey Young World might be better than Mona Lisa.
I think Hey Young World's better than Children's Story, Mike, but it's not about how I feel.
We're going to have to put both of them here. We'll just debate that later. Wow,
cool
Rick.
That, Mike, and we ain't got to the show by Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. That's why I'm telling people about Slick, too. Man.
Yeah, Slick Rick's
the man.
That
That's
nigga,
why we
man.
trying to tell people Slick Rick the man.
Yeah, the show is there.
The show is there, right?
Yeah.
So Mike, he got 5 in the 50 right there. He got Lottie Dottie, the show, Children's Story, Mona Lisa, Hey Young World.
Wow.
Slick Rick the man.
It's just crazy, man. He's not a normal guy. He's not a normal guy.
Mike, if he wouldn't have got locked up, Mike, you know this shit different, right?
Yeah, for real. Mad Max in the super chat says, me and my girlfriend, Tupac, The Ride, Drake, Lost Ones, J. Cole, Money Trees, K-Dot, You Don't Know, Hove, The What, Big, Smile, Scarface and Pop, Ice Cream, Raekwon and Ghost, Dynasty intro, Ho.
Mike, never seen a man die.
Are we going to gloss over Ice Cream like that?
We are, Mike, because we go in the face first.
I Seen a Man Dies There. It's one of the most incredible records ever.
All right.
Now, what about Ice Cream?
Mike, do you honestly think that Ice Cream is better than Glaciers of Ice or Incarcerated Scarfaces, though?
I do. And I think the only reason why that's in question is because I've heard Ice Cream so many times. Like,
that Method Man hook is so ridiculous.
That
Mike.
beat is crazy.
The Ice Cream. Mike, you talking about the beat. I be talking about the hook, man. The hook.
Yeah, the hook is crazy, man. Like,
the hook,
nah, man.
I told you, Mike. I pulled up on here when we started the show. I was like, you know, Method Man may have 2 of the 10 best hooks ever, right?
Wu-Tang in the cut. Real nigga, what? Yeah.
I'm cool with Ice Cream. It's the Purple Tape. Something from the Purple Tape has to be top 50.
Oh, yeah.
That's why The World Is Yours kind of has to make the list. It's like, how are we going to talk about Illmatic like this? And it's like, it don't make the list. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
either that or it ain't hard to tell.
Gin and Juice making the list. It's like, no, The World Is Yours is like, And that's the thing. I was outside when The World Is Yours came out. That was the one record on Illmatic that the chicks knew the words to because of the hook.
I feel like, and both of these records, obviously, but I feel like it ain't hard to tell is the one that might be the most qualifiable for a list like this.
I think they're both qualifiable.
I think they're both qualifiable, but I think the most qualifiable. And
That's the Michael Jackson fan in you, Mike. That's that human nature shit.
Well, I'll put both of them down. Because listen, The World Is Yours is better than, let's just say, Elevators or something like.
It is. It's better than Cell Therapy too, Mike. I'm sorry. I love some Cell Therapy. The Gip verse, tag my skin to computer chip. Run your hand over Canada by your dish now. No more fishing for your fish. I was like, what? I was like, hold on.
What are they talking about? And we see it.
Like, what?
Anthony with the super chat says, the most beautifulest thing in this world. I like that one. You know, we might have to put that to the side. That's an incredible record.
I don't think it's good enough, Mike.
I think it's one of my favorite opening lines.
Like, how about this? No, Mike, this is what I'm saying. Brooklyn Zoo, Mike.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You want to talk about some... Right. Ain't no most beautifulest thing. Brooklyn Zoo. It's Wu-Tang Forever, Mike.
Y'all mythological niggas is
which
comical.
Makes me circle back around. Mike, which makes me circle back around to Bring the Pain and I'll Be There For You. Yeah. He got 2 top 50 records, in my opinion.
You got Bring the Pain and I'll Be There For You over the most beautiful things.
Yes. Like, first of all, like for me.
Okay.
Solo Wu-Tang record performance. Bring the Pain, Brooklyn Zoo, Incarcerated Scarfaces. Those are the 3 best solo performances that ever came out the camp. I think Incarcerated Scarfaces deserves some conversation on this list on the back end, but Bring the Pain, Mike.
Yeah. Y'all mythological niggas is comical. My astronomical is coming through like the flu, bombing you.
And embalming in your crew too.
Yo, man, he kills it with the first liners, man. Him on I Shot You. I'm here to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Let my balls hang like I'm on the toilet taking a shit.
My style is all that in a big bag of chips with the dip. Fuck all that sensual shit.
I Shot Your remix is better than the most beautifulest thing, Mike. That's more of a qualifier.
I think it could be.
I know if it could be.
Yeah, that's a crazy
verse is way better than Keith's, and Keith got busy.
Yeah. Let's see. Matthew with the super chat says, my nomination is You Know My Steez, Adrenaline Rush, Bloody Money. Peace to y'all. Peace to you as well. All incredible records, man.
I love some You Know My Steez, Mike. I just don't know.
Right? 36 Chambers with the $20 super chat says, I think if Jay doesn't have a top 50 all-time song, it really speaks to how he just can't be top 5 all-time MC. No disrespect, but Dead Presidents or 99 Problems is on there. If not, then we gotta have a Jay all-time discussion. Do you think 99 Problems is one of the 50 greatest hip-hop songs ever made?
No, because here's the problem. Okay, see, here be the problem with 99 Problems, Mike. Well, it's not better than the song that comes right after it. That would be PSA.
Exactly.
And Mike, a couple songs before, Mike, he's got Dirt Off Your Shoulders and Threat. Mike, Threat might be the best song on the Black Album. Like Castor Oil, I Cast Destroy You, Change Your Face, but the bullets change all that for you.
I was listening to Lucifer the other day, man.
Crazy
bar work.
Mike, that nigga said, y'all garages for bullets. Please don't make me park it in your upper level. Valet a couple strays from the 38 special, nigga. God bless you. No,
that's some of the best rapping that he did in that
era. Fucking with nothing like that.
Yo, that's some of the best rapping on the Black Album that he did.
Threat is the best rapping on the Black Album, Mike. Threat? Yo, there's Threat in here. No, that shit, Mike, that's the best rapping on the Black Album, Mike. That's some of the best rapping of his career, low-key.
I think outside of Reasonable Doubt, the Black Album might be the second best rapping he's done on an album from end to end.
Looking at the Black Warren Buffett, so all critics can dump sick. I don't care how you Bill O'Reilly, Hold on, how they say I don't care?
Up. Yeah.
For 3 years, they had me peeing out of a cup. Now they about to free me up. What you think I'm going to be? Rehabilitated, man. I still feel hatred. I'm young, black, and rich, so they want to strip me naked.
You never had me like Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
Catch me down the west side driving like Halle Berry or the FDR on the seat of my car, screaming out the sunroof. Death to y'all, you can't kill me. I live forever through these bars. No, that nigga's crazy on there, man. That's
and we're not even talking about like what more can I say or Allure
Mike,
or Lucifer.
From beginning to end, Mike. Threat from beginning to end, though.
Yeah.
That's Mike. That's Volume 1J. That's 97 Ho.
Bro, I know you don't like change clothes. I know you don't like change clothes like that, but that dude is snapping on there. I don't like
change clothes because, Mike, there's Threat and PSA.
I hear you.
And Lucifer.
But
Mike,
take out the beat.
Song, Mike.
It's the beats. Take out the beat and listen to him rhyming on change clothes.
East to the East Coast with faces to Houston. No, I'm hearing
Young Hov in the house is so necessary. No bra with the blouse. That's so unnecessary. No panties and jeans. That's so unnecessary. And why you fronting on me? Is that necessary? Do I to you look like a lame who don't understand abroad what it means? Shoe game. Yeah, he was going crazy on this album. Is there a whack verse?
You want to know what's crazy, Mike? Is that when he made the Vera Wang line, I've been buying Vera Wang for men for about 3 years. I got put onto it when I was in Pasadena and Cali, and I was just like, man, I can't stand that this nigga know everything.
He knows it all. Yeah. Esquire with the super chat says, Quiet Storm remix. Get Up, Get Out, Through the Wire. I'm with all three of those.
Quiet Storm, not the remix, but Quiet Storm. Prodigy.
I think the remix
Mike, I was actually about to ask you, Mike, Survival of the Fittest, Give Up the Goods. Can we have a Mobb Deep conversation?
I'm going with Quiet Storm remix. That's where I go.
It's not better than the original. I'm sorry.
I think that's a personal opinion because you're a Prodigy guy, and I get that. And I think that technically, yeah, bar for bar, the way Prodigy's rhyming on the original, but the more notable one is the remix. And Kim had a classic performance on there.
First of all, I'm not going to let that ride like that. We're going to definitely have to put that in the chat and poll that. We're not letting that ride. We're not putting that in. I'm not going to let
you think that if we put a poll out there, the original Quiet Storm would win over the remix?
It's the best rhyming of 1999. You're goddamn right.
What do you think about Get Up, Get Out?
Best rhyming of 1999. I don't care who your favorite rapper is. It's the best end-to-end rap song of 1999. It's the best bar work from verse 1 to 2 to 3. I don't care who your favorite MC is. I don't care who my favorite MC is.
Fat Booty? Better than Miss Fat Booty?
I put that record up on anybody, Mike. Mike, when I be walking around here and I be talking about this Andre shit, what do I tell you? Like, he don't have no Quiet Storm.
I would put out Most Def's Miss Fat Booty up against that.
It's not better than Quiet Storm.
Hinchy came with the same type game, the type of girl giving out the fake cell phone and name. Big game. She like captures big bang. Full clip, money clips on the 6 range. Seen her on the abs, spotted her more than once. Ass so fat that you could see it from the front. She spotted me like paparazzi. Shot me in the glance and the Catwoman stance with the yeah, I don't know, bro. And then that second verse.
I put my lifetime in between these papers lines. I'm the Quiet Storm nigga who fight rhyme. P, yeah, you heard of them, but I ain't concerned with them. Nigga, I pop more guns than you hold in them. Stop that, Mike. Stop that. That's more epic. That's a more epic come in. Don't play me with that come in. Don't play me with that come in. P in his prime is probably the best come in artist. Like his start off, the saga begin war. I draw first blood, be the first to set it off. McCall's tap all jaws, lay down laws. No, stop that, Mike. His come in game is better than everybody's.
Let me apologize for the other night. I know it wasn't right, but baby, you know what it's like. Some brothers don't be coming right. I understand. I'm feeling you. Besides, Can I Have a Dance ain't really that original. And then he just started going in. Man, with the super chat.
40-inch cables, drinking white label. My piece chained down to my dick. My piece bang glass tables. Diamonds and guns before the fame, Duke. A nigga like me hold tech. So you the same too, going through the emotions of gun holding. Long shotguns down my pants legs limping. Killer B still living. Even my pop dukes, he taught me how to shoot when I was 7. I used to bust shots crazy. I couldn't even look because the loud sound used to scare me. Stop that, Mike. This Fat Booty versus that. Are you wild, Mike? You be doing some wild stuff sometimes.
I just want to play devil's advocate.
You better off bringing up mathematics.
I would bring up mathematics, but it wasn't really like a single like that. Man with the super chat says, Snoop's What's My Name, Gin and Juice, Gangsta's Paradise. That's an interesting one. Jump Around, Crossroads, OPP, Hip Hop Parade. I'm with both of those, actually.
OPP
Regulate.
Hip Hop Parade, Mike.
Regulate. I'm with that one, too. Onyx
I'm
Slam.
with Regulate, too.
Bow Down, Shook Ones, too. Okay. What I'm going to add here from what Man just said, Regulate, OPP.
Regulate's in, Mike.
Yeah, Regulate, OPP, and Hip Hop Parade.
Who's that said Regulate's what kept Def Jam alive? Who said that?
I feel like that's like what Russell Simmons said or something.
Right.
Let's see, OPP. All right.
OPP Hip Hop Parade is definite.
Yeah, definite. Incredible records, man, from top to bottom. Let's see. But what we got in the 2000s, though, Coop?
I told you how you feel about what you know. What do people say?
I hadn't been caught up.
Here's what I tell you. Let's start running down artists. What Lil Wayne song, Mike? I would tell you a Millie. Is a Millie top 50 to you?
It would be a Millie, but it wouldn't be top 50 to me, but I think it would be top 50 to most. I think it's worth writing down.
You want to know what? I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start putting some of the older songs and getting some of the newer songs. So some of the stuff we're borderline about, like maybe something like, be like, well, Mike, how about this? Are you comfortable putting Can I Kick It Up against a Millie?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, then that's what we're going to have to start doing with some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask people this. Does Kendrick Lamar have a top 50 hip-hop song of all time?
They would tell you all right, but I would tell you all right's not top 50. And that's why I would tell you you have to put it up against certain things. It's like, okay, you think all right's top 50? Put it up against California Love.
Yeah.
Which isn't in our top 50 yet. You feel me?
Right.
Let's find out how you really feel about all right. Play all right and then play California Love.
What about Drake?
I was actually going to Drake next.
What record? Ohio K with the super chat says, still not a player. The Rockwilders, two of America's Most Wanted. New York State of Mind.
Everybody keeps going New York State of Mind. New York State of Mind doesn't have a video. It's not a single. It's a rap song.
Mad Max with the super chat says, Ill Bomb. I like that one. LL. The mystery, Rakim. 22 Twos, Jay, The Evils, Jay, PSA, Hove, The Bridge.
You mean the mystery in chess boxing?
That's what I'm thinking
it means.
Yeah. The Bridge, MC Shan. I like that one. Kanye West, Power.
I like The Bridge is Over better. Keep this shit real.
I love that beat for The Bridge, though. Like, Molly Marl got down on that shit. That shit is crazy.
No, beat's better. Actually,
Jay Short with the super chat says, is I Don't Give a Fuck by Big Sean qualified or is it gimmicky? Like it or not, it was one of the top 5 biggest hip-hop songs of the decade. What?
Who said that?
Of the decade?
They must work for Sean. It's okay.
What about Clips Grinding? Okay. What about Clips Grinding?
Yeah, Grinding's in there.
Okay.
Grinding's in there.
From ghetto to backyard to yard.
Selling with one whiff.
36 Chambers says swimming pools, drank, backseat freestyle. What say you?
I say next question.
Okay, next question. Let's get to Mo Better Co. He says, how do you feel about Joe Budden telling Logic to retire and why he is so obsessed with bullying him every time he drops an album? I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't know he was doing that to Logic. Has he been bullying Logic?
Yeah, he's doing that. Yeah, he's been kind of on Logic for whatever reason.
Does he not like Logic?
Yeah, he thinks he's kind of whack.
Oh.
Mad Max of the super chat says,
don't make a diss record. Everybody else is.
Mad Max says, and since you want to play my boy Fab, cuffing season, Slim Thick, Breathe, keeping it gangster.
Fab don't have a top 100 record next.
Oh, Breathe is a top 100 record.
No, it's not, Mike.
Christopher Hogan with the super chat says, Loonies, I got 5
Mike,
on
you
it.
think Breathe better than What You Know by T.I.?
No, I don't.
Think it's better than Jumpman by Drake and Future?
I do.
Damn that, Mike. I'm nominating Jumpman.
I would do.
Nominate no damn Fab. Ain't nominating Fab for no top. Y'all bugging.
I'm putting Mask Off in there before Jumpman.
I'll take Mask Off and Jumpman, Mike.
Christopher Hogan with the super chat says, Loonies, I got 5 on it.
Yes.
And yes. Black Rob, whoa. Hip Hop Parade. We're going to go, I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. We're going to put Whoa on a footnote. Yeah. Whoa
going on the other side of the list. I got 5 on it in there.
Does Travis have one that you would put in there?
No, not that I would put in. What, Sicko Mode?
I was going to say, what do you think about Sicko Mode?
It's not enough.
I don't think it's top.
It's not enough.
Travis's best song to me, I guess Stargazing doesn't count.
Stargazing doesn't count, Mike.
It doesn't count.
Mike, If You Know, You Know by Pusha T?
Nah, it's not top 50.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Double Up by Nipsey on Victory Lap, I think is the best record. Was that a single? Or was it Last Time I Checked?
Last time I checked.
Last time I checked.
Yeah. Dope record, though. Spur22 with the super chat says, got 5 on it, 93 to Infinity. Easy E, Boys in the Hood. Yeah, that's in there. Phone Tap. Mobb Deep, Survival of the Fittest. MC8, Straight Up. Menace. I think that's in there, too. Dead Prayers, Hip Hop.
Not in top 50. Not Straight Up Menace.
What about Boys in the Hood?
Boys in the Hood is in there over After Police, Mike. I'm trying to tell you, Boys in the Hood's a better record than After Police. Yeah. I'm with Boys in the Hood.
I mean, they made a whole movie out of it.
Well, you know.
Let's see.
And they got Ice Cube, Mike. They got O'Shea.
Yep. JB was here with the super chat says Boys in the Hood and Hand on the Pump. That's a good one, too.
Hand on the Pump is good.
Hand on the Pump's hard. Melvin Wright with the super chat says Warren G Regulate. We got you in there. I think we got another one from Vernon F says, what about Rolling with the Flavor by Flavor Unit? Like the song, but not top 50 all time. Now I did see Vernon said something earlier that I thought was interesting. Arrested Development, Tennessee. That's an interesting record.
Footnote that, because you want to know what I was actually thinking about.
That's a big record early.
What Cool Like That?
Yeah, Rebirth of Slick. Rebirth of Slick, definitely. I think both of those.
I thought that was the name of the album, or is that the name of the record?
That's the name of the record. The album was Blowout Cone.
Blowout Cone.
Yeah. All right, Rebirth of Slick and Tennessee. You know what? While we're on that, I want to go Black Sheep. This or That.
This or That. I think This or That is better than Tennessee and Rebirth of Slick.
This or That has to be on there.
Yeah, This or That is big.
Remix, that is, because the original was
right.
Well, speaking of dope remixes, what about Buddy remix?
I don't know.
Okay. A lot of great songs out here, man.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why when somebody's like saying something, hold on, real quick, Mask Off.
I got Mask Off on.
I think Mask Off top 50, man.
I think so too. We talk. I mean, especially now, man, it's easier to see over the past 10 to 15 years what songs actually change shit and what songs are still getting in rotation. Because it's more difficult to stay in rotation now than it was then. Because things come so fast. Vel Superb with the super chat says, Gangsta's Paradise, Doo-Wop.
Doo-Wop.
Country Grammar.
Doo-Wop and Country Grammar.
I think they're both there, yes.
Yep. Even though I think EI is better than both of those records.
Country Grammar's a game changer. Doo-Wop is just fucking phenomenal.
Doo-Wop's just
phenomenal.
Glorious, Mike. It's a glorious display. Never before has this world seen a top 5 MC and a top 5 singer at the same damn time. To quote Future, at the same damn time. Like, she's a top 5 singer and MC at the same damn time.
I think what we're going to have to do with some, I mean, because it's a lot of songs,
I sing songs and write bars at the same damn time. Yeah, you do.
I think what we're going to have to do, like, songs like Doo-Wop can be somewhat of a standard. Like, we talking about, it has subject matter, it's a banger, it has replayability, it has success, It's kind of like Reminisce. When I listen to like a song like a Reminisce, Trouble T. Roy, that is, or a children's story, or Mom Playing Tricks on You, it's like these records got substance. They carry a long way. They sound great. The hooks are there. Well, maybe not Mom Playing Tricks on Me, but the instrumentation's the hook there. And it's like, I think when we're kind of chopping down at this list, we need to really factor in those things to kind of chip away and trim the fat, for lack of a better term. Because Doo-Wop, that's a record that does everything. Jesus Walks, that's a record that does everything. I see somebody said Push It. That has to be on there. Salt and Pepper. Can't believe we forgot that. Let's see what we got here. Let me get through these super chats. We just got a lot of participation. That's what we wanted. S.B with the super chat says, whoop that trick for sure.
Shut up. Stop that. Next.
Michael Williams with the super chat says, on the IG yesterday, Lupe posted a screenshot of himself listening to Rewind and said 100% of rappers don't have a better song than this. He's right. Lupe's a very smart man. And somebody out there is trying to tell us that Rewind has a music video. That's false. That is
First of all, that's a lie.
That is
Lupe's pretty intelligent, Mike.
Yeah, Lupe's very intelligent. Mom, your thoughts with the super chat says, I'm bad, kick push, all about the Benjamins.
All about the Benjamins
falls
is in.
Down.
All about the Benjamins is in.
Yeah, all about the Benjamins is in.
Picks on the whole family.
Wow, there's a lot of records here.
Have your friends singing This Is For My Homies.
Jay Short with the super chat says, if Riding Dirty by Chameleonaire wasn't so watered down, it's definitely top 50. Welcome to the Terror Dome, Public Enemy #1, definitely top 52. Welcome to the Terror Dome is my favorite Public Enemy record.
I think Welcome to the Terror. Does that have a video, Mike? Does that have a video?
It doesn't. So I was gonna say more so Rebel Without a Pause. That's the record. That changes everything.
The Rhythm, the Rebel?
Yeah. Without a Pause, I'm lower on my level. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna type that in, Mike. I'm not asking anybody in the chat if they.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Welcome to the Terror Dome is my personal favorite hip hop song ever.
Mike, you want to know it? Welcome to the Terror Dome might be their best song.
It's my favorite hip hop song ever, so I mean, you know.
It might be, Mike, as far as like, you want to know what? As far as album cuts go, it's like, it's the New York State of Mind of its era. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, they don't have a song. It's like a song, but it's the song that people.
I think I heard somebody, shout out to my guy Kel up there in Ohio. He sometimes tours with Public Enemy, and I think I remember him telling me that Chuck said that Welcome to the Terror Dome was his favorite song, too. So, I remember LeBron used Welcome to the Terror Dome in his commercial. It was hype, man. 36 Chambers with a super chat says, the shadow boxing deserve a footnote at least.
No.
I love shadow boxing. It's a personal favorite. Vel Superb with a super chat says, Ambitions by Pac. Probably the greatest first track ever. Coop has said that before.
I agree. It is. It's the best lead-off song. Either that or New York State of Mind is, I think, the best song that ever like starts off an album. As far as a start-off song.
Tone setter.
Yeah, tone setter. Yeah.
The L Web with the super chat says, for the 2000s, hate it or love it. If that's where, you know, I'm not trying to be funny. If that's where it goes with the 2000s, it's going to be very difficult for the 2000s to actually compete with some of these records.
Luda got anything, Mike?
Hell,
Luda got top 50?
Nope. I don't think so. What's his best record?
What You Know?
I think What You Know. I mean, I put What You Know down. I think it can contend. MC with the super chat says, the Beatles are from Liverpool, not London. Just saying. Who said they were from London? Did we say that in the last episode?
I did.
We
okay,
apologize.
So let me contextualize it properly.
Yeah.
What is Liverpool exactly? And how far is it from London?
Well, it's like
because if I'm not mistaken, Liverpool is only about 30 to 45 minutes from London, if memory serves. You know, about the same amount of time it takes me to get to Atlanta,
right,
from where I live. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Mad Max with the super chat
Better
says
stop playing with me.
DMX stopped being greedy and slipping. Good times.
No,
Styles.
but Get At Me Dog, though. But Get At Me Dog.
I'm with Get At Me Dog. You don't like the Rough Riders anthem, huh?
I don't. Get At Me Dog is a game-changing rap record. It literally ended the Shiny Suit era. Mike, it ended a whole era.
I'm with that.
A song and a video ended an era. That's how epic this dude is.
Y'all niggas want to be killers? Michael Williams with the super chat says, bugging. The first 8 tracks off of Reasonable Doubt are all top 50 song contenders besides 22 Twos.
Somebody get this guy.
That sounds like fan talk. And I love Reasonable Doubt. But we're talking about all time. These are a lot of records we're talking about.
Get your mans. First of all, Mike, we're in the 60s. We're at like 65, 66.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. We're going to have to
We're
stop
at 67,
this.
actually.
We're going to have to stop this for today.
Hold on, listen. We're at 67 that we chose, Mike, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have about another 15 in the queue, and I don't think I caught everything.
Yeah, we definitely didn't. Andre Shashir with the super chat says, Black Moon, How Many MCs? Love that record, too. We got Who Got the Props in there. 93
Till Infinity. I didn't put that down.
Nah, I think I put that down. I think I put that down as a, something we were going to get to.
Yeah, I put that down as a footnote. No, I'm putting it down now. That's
oh, okay.
What I'm saying.
Sig Bix with the super chat says, New York State of Mind, Trouble T. Roy, Hell on Earth. Put it on.
I stand corrected. Liverpool is a ways away.
Oh, okay. Jay Short with the super chat says, it won't make the list, but High should be considered. Why won't it make the list? Yeah, High should be considered.
I was thinking about Bling Bling over High.
I think even Back That Ass Up is one of those records. If In the Club is on here, we're going to be hearing Back That Ass Up to the end of time. We just are. That record's not going anywhere. He said, I don't think that we ever heard anything like that before. Slang was crazy, and he killed my speakers. I'm with putting High and Back That Ass Up here.
I'm cool. Bling Bling. Any Bling Bling? Every time I come around your city?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I like Bling Bling, but I don't know if it's that.
I never liked Bling Bling like that. I'm just giving it its due by like how big it was.
High
it was big, right? People acting like it wasn't big.
Oh, no, it was big.
It's big.
I mean, Cash Money Records was built on High and Back That Ass Up.
400 Degrees itself, just as a masterful album, is what Cash Money really built on.
Rich Niggas, man, that was a banger out here in the South. They never had a video, by the way. But yeah, that was a good call there. Jamar with the super chat says, was it DWYCK DeWick by Gangstar? Against All Odds.
Nice and smooth, yeah, DeWick.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Against All Odds and
Elevator. Shot.
I love that beat, though. Greg, NICE, 36 chain. You know, man, Smooth B, and shout out to Smooth
That's where
B,
that's where that ooh wee wee.
Ooh la wee wee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth B to me is one of the 10 most underrated MCs out there. Smooth B was nice. In my opinion.
Not 10. CL Smooth.
Oh, CL Smooth's like right up there at the top for me. He's top 3 most underrated. But Smooth B, we never talk about how nice Smooth B was. Like sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Like he goes in. 36 Chambers with a super chat says, Quiet Storm original is better than the remix. Iconic. Okay. Melvin Wright with the super chat says, Quiet Storm versus Nas is like. Man, why are y'all doing this to us? We're doing.
I was actually thinking, Mike, what do you think of Nas is like?
I think
it might be his best bar performance on a single.
Huh.
As far as singles go.
It's hard to compare it.
Because as much as we love Made You Look, like lyrically, Nas is like putting like a double barrel, like sawed off shotgun on a country road to like Made You Look lyrically. It's like, take this death quietly, boy.
I think it's the impact thing for me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's the impact thing for me.
Freedom or jail clips inserted. A baby's being born at the same time. A man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap go, it's only natural. I explain my plateau, but also what defines my name. First, it was nasty. The times have changed.
Hold on.
Ask me now, I'm the artist, but hardcore, my signs for pain.
But
I don't know, Mike.
That's your response, though.
That's some of the illest shit ever, Mike.
Exactly, and that's your response to the best bar work in 1999, as opposed to what Prodigy did.
That's 98, isn't it?
Nah, that's 99.
Is Nas like 99?
Yep.
Mike, I was listening to it in 98.
Yeah.
Was
Clips
outside.
and stuff.
I was outside when I was young.
I think he has way more impactful. I think that's the only thing, man.
The Quiet Storm beat is better, Mike. Actually, not to knock Primo, but Havoc just got him on the beat. The Quiet Storm, the White Line sample loop, the way Havoc learned how to freak a sample the way Q-Tip did, Mike. So when he's freaking the White Line sample, Mike, it's just sick. It's perfect for Prodigy.
Mm-hmm. Do. Yeah, it's just crazy.
That shit crazy. Mike, I don't know. We might have a draw.
I think if we go to the 100, I don't know. I'll put Nas's like
Mike,
down.
we're already damn near at 100.
Nas's like is down. Let's put it down, and we're gonna have to make some cuts anyway.
Is Nas's like on the top half or on the bottom half? Like, is it in or is it?
It's in for now. We're just gonna have to cut away some records. LP with the super chat. Man, we're like almost an hour and a half in. We gotta move on in a second. LP with the super chat says the message: fight the power. My philosophy: I ain't no joke. Straight out of Compton. The 80s might have about 70% of that top 50 if we look deeper. It's true.
I'm putting I ain't no joke in my melody down. I forgot that.
Curtis75 Black with the super chat says LL's Ill Bomb and Ahmad's Back in the Day. That's a good one.
I don't love that record the way everybody else does.
36 Chambers with the super chat says Yoke the Joker is insane and deserves a mention in my opinion.
It just got its mention. It's not making the list.
KC1 with the super chat says Coop, the truth. Nas or Thun? Coop by Nas or Thun? What? I like the truth over Thun.
The truth by who?
By Nas. He was asking what's the better song.
Oh, the truth or Thun? Oh, the truth.
Yeah. 36 Chambers with the super chat says, What You Know and A Milli were monumental in my teenage years. Never underestimate what those songs did. Bangers and absolutely top 50. All right, they in there. Because I'm trying to think of like some of the bigger names in more current time.
No, hold on. Let's go back to this Drake thing right quick because we got Future with Mask Off. What's Drake's seminal moment? What's his biggest record, Mike?
It's a good question. Ask the people real quick while I get through these super chats. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says,
what is Drake's biggest record?
Right. He has so many big records. It's like, what's the biggest one? He might have a Jay-Z problem in that way, right? Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, I used to love her, made me realize that there's a difference between punchline rapping and a bunch of random words and bars together versus actually conceptual storytelling like a storybook. I think songs like I Used to Love Her and Doo-Wop are definitely going to set the standard for what this overall top 50 is supposed to look like.
Ooh, Mike. What do you feel about a little Robin Hood theory, a little MOP Annie Up? How you feel about Annie Up, Mike?
Not Annie Up's in there.
I like Annie Up, Mike.
Yeah, I like that too. Annie Up's
outside of Flex, Flex is actually the downside of that record. But, outside of Flex being on there, shit's a flawless victory.
Flex is the man. MC with the super chat says,
is he, Mike?
I rock with Flex.
He's the man of what?
Of New York, talking New York. MC with the super chat says, Streets of New York by Cool G Rap.
What did he say about G Rap?
Streets of New York.
I think Rikers Island is better. Streets of New York got a video?
Rapster with the super chat says 2000s. What You Know, T.I. Riding Dirty with Chameleonaire. Hot in Here, Nelly. All Falls Down, Kanye. Annie Up, MLP. This is the second or third time I think I've seen All Falls Down. Kanye's a difficult.
All Falls Down, hold on. Personally, for me, Mike, I'll tell you what. All Falls Down is my favorite single off of his first album, The College Dropout. So if you want to put All Falls Down in, I'm all for it. I thought it was the best record.
All Falls Down is brilliant. I think Through the Wire is brilliant too, but whatever.
It's a lot of stuff on there, Mike. He's got special problems on that album.
Yeah. I think Power's brilliant too, actually, but I don't know.
Power not making this list. Stop playing.
Nah, I don't think Power makes the list. But what about Can't Tell Me Nothing? And you guys are big Jeezy guys.
Ooh, you want to know what? Can't Tell Me Nothing? And Niggas in Paris, Mike.
Okay. What do you guys think about Jeezy and Ross?
Ooh, we got to get to them. Yeah.
Is BMF a top 50 hip-hop song all time?
Can't Tell Me Nothing, Mike? I think Can't Tell Me Nothing is Kanye's introduction into the full-blown stadium flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know that was a Jeezy tip record, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, is Hustlin' or BMF or any of those records, is that top 50?
I would say Hustlin'.
Over BMF?
Yeah.
Huh.
We never steal cars, but we deal hard.
Hustlin' was game changer.
Flip it real hard.
I'll put Hustlin' down.
Yeah, Mike. That shit was epic.
What Jeezy got?
I ain't drove them in a week. Them bitches spinning steel. Yeah, Hustling. Oh, what Jeezy got? I'm sorry, Mike. I was just having a moment. I was having a whole moment. Jeezy. Ooh, what's Jeezy's biggest record?
Jay Short with the super chat says, y'all know I Don't Give a Fuck went 7 times platinum, right? Not a big Sean fan, but just trying to give more current hits past 2010. Okay.
See, here's the thing that people have to understand about hits and the numbers. Like, the numbers and the quality of record got to match up. You want to know where, like, numbers and quality of record match up? See The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. You feel what I'm saying? It's not enough just to do the numbers. The song got to be there. Like, no, the song deserved to do those numbers. The song's that good.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about the numbers and the notoriety and the video. It's like, no, these are the quality of the records. Mike, All About the Benjamins? No.
Yeah.
The bar work on there is phenomenal, Mike.
Yeah.
You can put that bar work up against any posse cut ever damn near. The bar work on All About the Benjamins might be better than the bar work on I Shot Ya remix. You feel me?
What Redman say? What Redman said, got impact like DJ threw on Benjamins. The beat was crazy. Notable
you want to feel the womb because it's platinum coated? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stop that. Stop that.
LP with the super chat says, these new songs need time. Impact matters. How much time do they need? It's been 20 years.
I mean, you kind of knew what the symphony was after Cool G Rap and Kane got done rhyming, Mike.
Yeah. MC with the super chat says, Welcome to the Ghetto by Spice One. Like that one too.
I like that record. We got a lot of West Coast love.
I love it too. Yeah. I love the West Coast love. That's something that you're not going to get on Ebro's morning show, Hot 97. Maybe on the Apple joint, but yeah, they already put it out there. It's New York bias. So I know we got West Coast folks, so thought we could add some balance here. Esquire with the super chat says, Get Up, Get Out, Through the Wire, International Players Anthem. Huh. Let's see. I know we got more. CJ Kidd with the super chat says, Queen Latifah, UNITY. I agree with that.
Ooh, UNITY, Mike.
MC Light in here?
I was actually, I was just thinking about Light and where Light fits in. And I'm thinking Georgie Porgy is not going to make it.
You don't think Georgie Porgy is going to make it? I think it's probably her best song, and I think it is the best qualifier for this.
See, Mike, I prefer Light as a Rock.
Okay.
You don't like
I guess
Light
I'm
as a
looking
Rock?
at the storytelling aspect and how all things come together, but yeah.
Paper Thin?
I mean, I personally like, shit. I see the video in my head when she's jumping out, jumping on the train. I don't know why I want to say 10. Damn it, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm talking about.
Mike, we old now, Mike. We talking about MC Light in like 89. Like,
right.
You don't have to specify, brother. We was like 9 years old.
No, people know.
Because I thought Georgie Porgy
Paper
was
Thin.
Paper Thin. Mike. Cram to Understand?
No, because I was going to say 10%, but Paper Thin. Paper Thin's what I'm thinking about.
Mike, I said Paper Thin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Paper Thin.
Okay.
Is she getting off the train in Paper Thin? You know what, Mike? You want to know it? No. Cha Cha Cha.
I thought about Cha 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 too.
Cha Cha Cha, Mike. She got busy on Cha Cha Cha. I don't know. Light got some shit, man.
Yeah, Light got some shit. The Brat Give It To You remix, love that record too.
I was thinking about the Brat because she's the first female artist to go platinum. I mean, what's her best record?
I think Give It To You. Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
I think Give It To Me. Give It To You. Yeah, Give It To You. The last record on Funknified.
Yeah, the
remix. I think it is too, Mike. But it's like, where does it fall in here?
Yeah, right. Rakashai with the super chat. He says, "Push it, Salt and Pepper, definitely." Mad Max with the super chat says, "Coop, you said hell no when I said Mini Men, but you bring up Mask Off. March Madness features Future's most iconic song, not no Mask Off." I think he may be right. I personally like Mask Off, but I do think Mask Off is a big moment for him. But March Madness is the one for him.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it is. I like Mask Off more. I like
Mask
that
Off's
album.
a better record, Mike.
Yeah,
Mask Off is a better record than March Madness.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm talking about. You gotta put the hit with the quality, with the moment, with the impact, with the visual aid. It can't just be like March Madness is a bigger record. It's not a better record. You acting like Mask Off is something to sneeze at. She was doing major numbers.
Yeah. CJ Kid with the super chat says, "Mike,
what about a whole pandemic, Mike? It need to be our theme song."
Right. CJ Kid with the super chat says, "Mike, what about Stan? LOL. I think Stan should be. What? No.
I said no.
No.
I said no.
Audio
you think
too.
Stan a top 50 rap song, Mike? Where? Because the only other story we have in here is Children's Story.
Yeah, I mean,
look at what you would be doing by putting Stan up there next to Children's Story.
What about Top Billing?
Play those type of games.
What about Top Billing?
Huh?
Top Billing.
Top Billing might have to go in, Mike.
Top Billing is
crazy. Chilling. Wiz is chilling.
Yeah.
What more can I say?
That's how we got it good. And since you understood. Yeah. Okay. Well, since we're going back to the 80s real quick, because I know the 2000s needs a little rest, I think Houdini has a few in there. I think One Love.
The Freaks? Nah, Freaks.
Freaks Come Out at Night, One Love, and Friends all hit my radar, but we're talking about 50. So Freaks Come Out at Night is the best record in my opinion. Now
that's why I put Freaks Come Out down, Mike. I was listening to you talk, but I went ahead and put Freaks Come Out down.
Yeah.
I feel like we can put Friends on the back end and see where it falls.
Run DMC, I'm going to go. Damn it, man, because I love King of Rock.
No.
I love King of Rock. I love Rockbox. But
it's sucker MCs, man.
That's what I was gonna say. It has to be sucker MCs. It has to be sucker MCs.
Stop playing with yourself.
Yeah.
It's sucker MCs.
I love Rockbox and I love King of Rock, but it has to be sucker MCs.
I would actually go sucker MCs and then my Adidas before I would go to Rockbox or King of Rock, just truthfully.
King of Rock's tough.
I like my Adidas more than King of Rock.
Really?
I do. Always
interesting. NR with the super chat says, since Lauryn Hill is an all-time singer and rapper, what do y'all think that she would sound like if she tried some newer melodic rap styles?
We heard that. We heard it on Nobody. She crushed everybody except for Nas. Next.
DeCarlo with the super chat says, I nominate Electric Relaxation and Cream for the 90s. Get Low and In the Club for the 2000s.
Get Low, Mike. To the window, to the wall. That's what was playing the night. The Buckhead got shut down in the club that I was in.
Okay.
I can remember us all doing the ATL stomp to Get Low, Mike.
Okay.
These niggas don't know how to behave. So shortly thereafter, I was doing the ATL stomp to Get Low.
I feel like Electric Relaxation that's a great record. It's a great record.
Is it better than Can I Kick It? Or Check the Rhyme?
I think it is, but again, that's just me.
I'm willing to put it in. I like Electric Relaxation. It might be the best beat.
I think that's one of those beats when you hear it, everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
Yeah.
I put Electric Relaxation in over Check the Rhyme and Can I Kick It? Can I Kick It?
Tribe's great, man. We've had a lot of Tribe songs that are debatable for some of the best hip hop songs ever made. What a great group.
Yeah. Hold on, Mike, real quick. Survival of the Fittest, Mobb Deep.
I don't know, man. I mean, because
Give Up the Goods.
Cause look,
it's the infamous, Mike.
We got records like "Protect Your Neck," "California Love," "I'm Bad," "Mama Said Knock You Out."
Okay.
That ain't even considered. You know what I mean?
Pause. As much as I love "California Love," I think "Give Up the Goods" is better than "California Love," Mike.
I don't think "Give Up the Goods" is going to get on a top 50 hip hop songs all time list over "California Love."
No. I hear what you were saying, but I'm telling you it is a better record. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just talking about collectively.
The rhymes are better.
Let's not try to be like Mobb Deep, Prodigy bias. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. There's only Quiet Storm and Shook Ones on this list.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
very problematic.
Is it? Melvin Wright with the super chat says, "How is Mask Off top 50 and not Straight Up Menace?" It's a lot of bias to East Coast followed by South.
What do you
but
mean?
No love for the West Coast outside of Dre
and not Straight Up Menace. What?
Straight Up Menace is a classic. I'm willing to entertain that too. Straight Up Menace is a classic. Straight Up Menace is a classic. Yeah,
we're gonna put Straight Up, Mike. We're putting Straight Up Menace down, and we're gonna put it in the conversation. We're gonna see how it holds up.
Okay. Don't want to be Dr. Dre affiliate bias either.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that we weren't allowed to put Mask Off down. It's like, heaven forbid we should have 5 to 10 rap songs from the South on this fucking list.
What is it? Libra Day with the super chat says, "Common, The Corner, and The Light." A lot of people have mentioned The Light. Do you think The Light?
A lot of people have mentioned The Light, Mike. We're gonna give The Light some love.
Yeah,
we got to come out moment. It's a pretty big record.
Yeah. Okay.
What about "You Got Me" by The Roots, Mike?
I think so. Yeah.
I think "You Got Me" is better than The Light.
I think so too.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm not a super big Roots fan like that.
You're not. You're a hater. It's okay though.
No, I respect.
Mike, you don't be getting the urge to listen to Illadelph Half-Life, do you? That's how I know you're not a Roots fan.
I'm not a huge
You don't be having the urge just like, I gotta hear that Illadelph. Yeah,
and I don't want people to get it confused. I think Black Thought's one of the greatest MCs ever. I just,
No, you just prefer Tribe and Daylon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Common.
Can I tell you something?
And most
I listen to the Roots, Mike. I listen to the Roots more than I listen to Tribe, and I know Tribe's a better group.
Yeah.
Just be like that sometimes.
No, I feel that, and I respect it. But no, the Roots are an incredible group. What is this? Anime Bros Podcast with the super chat says, "The disrespect on Soulja Boy is crazy." True. DeCarlo with the super chat says, "Busta Rhymes, Touch It," or Kanye West, "Jesus Walks."
Got Jesus Walks. Mike, we wanted to switch up our flow in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. We got to move on.
We got about 100 songs already.
It's crazy how quickly this can add up, right?
I told you it was easy, Mike. I told you when there was like 50 songs and they had stuff like "If I Rule the World" and "Triumph" on there. I was like, man,
that ain't gonna cut
it. Stuff, Mike, but this be the stuff that be making me think crack is back, Mike. It's like, what is people thinking? There's hyperinflation. There's an old white man in office who we cannot trust. Whether you're a Republican or Democrat, cannot trust this old white man. Did you see him walking in Selma, Alabama, Mike?
I did. Listen, man, I done told people what it was anyway. Real McCoy with the super chat says, "Eminem Stan, Notorious Thugs, Outkast, Players Ball, Reprise. Diggable Planets, Cool Like That. Common, I Used to Love Her. And Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads." Okay. I think we got a lot of the main ones.
We covered most of those. Yeah. We covered a lot
LP
of those.
with the super chat says, "This just tells you how great of an art form hip-hop is." Definitely.
It tells you how great the art form has evolved into. Mike, Ja Rule.
What about Ja?
Always on Time, Mike.
I like Always on Time. I think it's a beautiful record. It deserves to
be.
It
was number one, right? That album went triple platinum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Always on Time is better than about half these records we've named.
I think Always on Time is better than Dilemma, and I say Dilemma because it was one of the best-selling singles ever, and still is. And yeah, Always on Time is the record that launched Ashanti too.
It is better than Dilemma.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Ja Rule, man. He went out there and did something totally different, and it worked. He found his lane when he was being compared to Tupac and DMX.
He didn't find his lane. He created his lane.
He created his lane. Yeah. Because there wasn't a lane out there for what he was doing, and it worked. What is this? Surreal Bullard with the super chat says, "My philosophy in The Bridge Is Over are top 50. I ain't mad at that.
The Bridge Is Over, Mike. I told you.
We got My Philosophy, and we need to go ahead and put The Bridge Is Over on here. My mere thoughts with the super chat says, I was borderline
thinking about MCs act like they don't know, Mike. Every time MCs act like they don't know, come on, I'll be like, man.
Shit crazy, man.
I never won a Grammy. I won't win a Tony. But I'm not the only MC keeping it real.
You know what? Hold on. I want to spend this opportunity to give KRS-One his props, man. Like, I don't know where Billboard had KRS-One ranked, but for all these people jumping out the window.
Low, top 10.
Yeah. For all the people jumping out the window for what Melly Mel said about, Eminem not being top 5, man. Like, yo. KRS, you cool with the fact that Eminem's ranked higher than somebody like KRS-One? KRS-One shut down Queens, man. And the Juice Crew. None of those great MCs at that time wanted it with KRS-One. He went in there for Dolo. For Dolo in New York City. That's unheard of, man.
Mike.
And then brought everybody together for self-destruction after that. You know what I'm saying?
Mike. The Bridge was literally over until Nas came out with Illmatic.
Yeah.
Nas has talked about how part of the reason why Illmatic was so important was because of what KRS did to The Bridge.
He shut the lights off, man. One man.
Man. KRS is the main motivation competitively behind Nas's approach to Illmatic in terms of making a piece of work because he crushed them.
And another thing that's wild too, it's like, when you think about how big the Juice Crew was, how talented the Juice Crew was, and that whole collective. KRS just went at the Juice Crew, and he didn't say, I ain't talking to Kane, or I ain't talking to G-Rap. He was ready for all the smoke. All of it. He went in there wide open and won.
I mean, you be hearing me talk on here. You know I love some G-Rap. I love Kane. They wasn't going,
No,
not
man.
then. Not no 87, 88, 89. 87, 88, 89?
Yeah.
No, they in trouble.
And KRS-One deserves his props.
They knew they was in... Mike, listen to me. They heard that nigga. They knew they was in trouble, Mike. Fuck that dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if we want to do that. That's not a wise idea.
KRS-One deserves his props. At that time, it had to be Rakim, KRS. Like, you ain't heard anybody rhyme like that, period. And even if and I know we got a lot of West Coast people in here. If you look at NWA's early stuff and just look at early West Coast stuff, period, you could tell KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions is a big influence on those guys.
Yeah, it's Chuck D and KRS-One. Yeah. Chuck D and KRS-One are the inspiration for a lot of the West Coast rhetoric.
So again, I don't want to hear anybody crying about the fact that Melly Mel said what he said about Eminem not being top 5 if y'all niggas ain't gonna go out there fighting for KRS-One. That's insane. You need to, if you want to go out there and start any rhetoric about anything out there, start some rhetoric about the fact that you got Nicki Minaj over KRS-One or whatever you want to say. But whatever. I just got to give KRS-One his flowers.
Nicki's over 10, KRS is like 38. Like, what are we doing?
KRS-One is insane, man. Like, and then the longevity on top of that, and then the live performance. You and I just saw, what was that, last year we saw KRS-One? He shut that shit down live, man.
Yeah,
and these guys know this. Fat Joe, you know this. You know how great KRS-One. You from the Bronx. Come on, man.
There are not 10 living people walking around that would challenge KRS right now. The guy in his prime that made like edutainment, Criminal Minded by Any Means, the KRS-One album, Boom Bap. Not even that guy. This guy, there aren't 10 people walking around right now that want it with this guy. Stop that.
And you know what?
There aren't 10 people walking around right now like that. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what? Forget Eminem, right, for a second. The real elephant in the room is the fact that you guys okay with the fact that Kendrick's number 2 all time and KRS-One is somewhere in the 30s? Come on, man. Hey, you want to speak out on something, speak out on that.
Hey, real talk, Mike. Their slots need to be totally reversed, and I'm not bullshitting when I say that. Like, how about this? We hold Kendrick's catalog so high, right? Are his first 4 albums better than KRS-One's first 4 albums with Boogie Down Productions?
And he's still going.
Hold on, Mike. That's before Return of the Boom Bap and the KRS-One album.
Right.
And just on some rap shit, Mike, he would crush Kendrick right now.
Is somebody willing to say...
Right now. No. Fuck all that other shit. Because he gets lauded as this great lyricist for his era. You understand? KRS would rip him a new asshole right now.
Listen.
Live. If you put the money up, be like, hey, I got $1 million. I'll be like, oh, get Chris.
I want to ask you this, Coop.
The whole mill on Chris.
I want to ask you this.
Sliding bets over to the other dude. It destroyed him.
I want to ask you this, Coop. What does Kendrick have over KRS to that magnitude?
Nothing.
Is he just is this what people would say? And I want to ask Fat Joe this. Straight up, you from the Bronx. You grew up on KRS, right?
You're on some of KRS-One's albums.
Yeah. Do you think that Kendrick Lamar is a better lyricist than KRS-One? I want to ask Fat Joe that.
You better not ever say that out loud.
No, really. I want to ask him straight up. So, no, all right, that's one thing. Do you think Kendrick Lamar makes better songs than KRS-One?
Where's the evidence, Mike?
I mean, let's be perfectly honest here.
Hold on. Where's the My Philosophy?
Yeah.
Where's the Bridges Over?
Are you ready to put All Right up against My Philosophy? Are you ready to do that?
Mike, play South Bronx and then go play Compton off Good Kid, Mad City. You tell me who repping they shit hard.
Yeah, so what makes Kendrick Lamar that much better than somebody like KRS-One?
It's never been better than KRS, Mike.
I want to know. You know what I'm saying? And then the influence part of it,
Mike,
we ain't even going to get into that.
Like, where's his Jack of Spades?
And then the longevity.
No, people talk about that Black Panther shit. You know, Jack of Spades was off of the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker soundtrack.
Yeah.
Jack of Spades is better than everything on the Black Panther soundtrack. What you talking about?
Oh, and everybody's so impressed with this tour that Kendrick's doing, which is a great tour, right? You think he a better performer than KRS?
We're talking about the live performance.
Are we talking about the live performance? Like, where is he better than this man to that magnitude?
Mike, we've seen it for ourselves. The only person who needs to talk about being better than KRS-One live is Big Daddy Kane.
That's it.
He's the only person with a legitimate argument.
That's it.
Nobody else even has a legitimate argument.
Not even Busta Rhymes. Not even Busta Rhymes. Because Busta Rhymes has a hype man. And I'm not even knocking the fact that he got a hype man, but the fact that you got Spliff there takes you out of the conversation with Kane and KRS, to me.
Kane is KRS.
Because those dudes do it with none of that. Like, straight up.
No, this is what I'm about to say, Mike. You want to talk about people that give a live performance and keep their breath control the entirety of the time without a hype man, without any breaks or flaws? These motherfuckers be dancing. KRS be doing whole fucking chants and fucking reggaeton. No. No.
Not reggaeton.
Like, no. You know what he be doing, Mike?
Yeah, man, shit's crazy.
His ad-lib game be stupid, Mike. Yeah. He might ad-lib a reggae song for 20 minutes and then come back and light your ass.
And then go up there and freestyle. My mere thoughts with the super chat says, number 1, lean back. I get around. Number 2, electric relaxation. Can't tell me nothing. More money, more problems. I want to get through these super chats so we can get on to the next thing. I think I get around definitely deserves that. Jay Short with the super chat says, I'm an advocate for hip-hop's affirmative action on this list. 10 spots reserved for West Coast and South. We all know East Coast impact, but I think there might need to be some affirmative action, right? DeCarlo with the super chat says, make them say, and can't touch this. Interesting.
I put Jump Around by House of Pain on this list.
Okay. I'll note the other two, too. Michael Williams with the super chat says, to clarify my reasonable doubt comment, I didn't mean all 8 should make the top 50 list. I meant any of the first 8 songs could have made the list and not be out of place.
No, that makes it better. You tripping a little bit less now. That makes it better.
Rockashaw with the super chat says, blow the whistle. I like that one. Too short. Lottie Dottie, Dougie Fresh. No, I love Blow the Whistle. Classic.
What's the other one?
Shake That Monkey? Are you talking about B.I.B.I.?
Yes.
I like Couldn't Be a Better Player Than Me. Even if you fuck every day of the week. I know you got it like that. Pete.
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, personally, I think Buy You Some with Eric Sermon and Too Short's better than all those records.
That's a great record. You know
Buy
what?
You Some better than all
I
those
personally,
records.
and this is maybe me personally, Getting It.
Buy You Some was a banger with a video.
Yeah, Getting It was my shit too. Getting while the getting is good. Getting while you can and should be. Rapster with the super chat says the message. It was a good day. Step into a world like that too.
Rapture.
Yeah, man. I got a legit question, man. Like, why is Kendrick Lamar so much better than KRS-One? I mean, is that not a legit debate to put out there? And I would love for the so-called hip hop scholars to break that down for me. Why is Kendrick Lamar better than KRS-One?
Where's the evidence?
Yeah. Gary Pierce with the super chat says Drake started from the bottom is his best track. Well, that ain't making it. DeCarlo with the super chat says Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. What's
wrong with niggas?
We gonna move on.
Making it? What's wrong with you?
Nicodemus with the super chat says Jeezy's record is Put It On with Ye. I Put On for My City is not a top 50 hip hop song all time. DeCarlo says Blow the Whistle.
I'll be right back, Mike.
Go ahead.
I gotta run and get my charger right quick.
All right. Mad Max with the super chat says nobody's playing Hustling. Big Sean, I don't give a F. I don't F with you. Gets played, Coop. Stop it. Okay. Let's see. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says even in 2023, I still play UNITY almost every time I get on my turntables. Never disappoints. I think that song definitely makes it. Great record. JB was here with the super chat says, Coop, how you forget Microphone Fiend? We can't forget Microphone Fiend. Clarence with the super chat, just showing love there. Shout out to Clarence. Michael Williams with the super chat says, Feel by Kendrick Lamar is a contender. How many mic performances have been better than that since 2010 to begin? I don't think Feel's a top 50 hip hop song of all time, but I do think that Microphone Fiend should definitely be discussed. I think that's
there. Mike.
Yeah,
Microphone Fiend is on the list.
Oh, of course it is.
Follow the Leader is on the list.
Jay Short with the super chat says either Players Anthem or Get Money has to be on there. Best female/male hip hop duets ever. I like Get Money between the two. And I love Players Anthem, but between the two, I think Get Money is the resounding classic.
Get Money's the one that plays, but Players Anthem is the bar work, Mike. That Biggie Smalls verse.
Yeah.
The bar work is on Players Anthem.
Yeah. Jay Short with super chat says Mike is The Rain by Missy qualifiable. She's rapping on there. I think it's a great record. I think when you start putting it up against these other great records, it won't make the 50. Clarence.
Hold on. Microphone Fiend, Mike.
Yeah, Microphone Fiend's definitely on there. Clarence says Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, damn. That's actually a Youngblood song, but I feel you. DeCarlo with the super chat says Young Jock is going down and Mike Jones still tipping. I feel like the quality's dropping.
Ooh, Mike, I listened to Still Tipping today.
I think Still Tipping deserves a mention. Still Tipping's crazy.
Still Tipping might deserve a mention, Mike.
AB Studio with the super chat says it's not always about Billboard songs, but the number of timeless songs that's why Ye, Hove, Pop, Big catalog are so revered. So much in the culture. So much revered so much in our culture, excuse me. 36 Chambers says hip hop, it's bigger than hip hop by Dead Prez. I like that mention. Hip-hop, I think that, yeah. Art of Storytelling Outkast. My Mere Thoughts with the super chat. Oh, this is a big one that we missed. Biz Markie, Just a Friend. That's there.
And Vapors.
I mean, I was gonna say Make the Music with Your Mouth or no, Vapors not that one. No, not that one. Nobody Beats the Biz is the one. Nobody Beats the Biz is crazy. I'm down to wreck your body and say turn the party out.
Oh, you're right, Mike. I'm sliding Vapors to the other side of the list.
Yeah.
Nobody Beats the Biz.
Nobody Beats the Biz is the one. That shit crazy. Every time it's used, it's crazy. Like when Maya and Jay-Z used it on the Best of Me remix, like, yeah, Nobody Beats the Biz is nuts. And obviously Just a Friend. I think Nobody Beats the Biz is better than Just a Friend, in my opinion.
I agree.
Matt Max in the super chat says, y'all need to do a top 50 for each decade because I can't have y'all not put the Mini Men on there. I think that's a good idea, actually. That's nasty, like the March Madness, a better record. Coop, stop. What's that?
I like the idea, but Mad Max got to stop with this Mini Men shit. You talking about Mini Men, fam? The way we talk about Rewind or some shit. No.
Sayota with the super chat says, Fast Life versus Verbal Intercourse verse. Verbal Intercourse. Clarence with the super chat says,
I don't know, man. Mike, that fucking Fast Life shit, I got guns from Italy, smoked trees considerably. Like, I don't know, Mike. How about this? His delivery is actually better on Fast Life with G-Rap. The delivery is actually better. His flow.
Yeah. I can see that, but the lyricism.
What do you say? A perpendicular angle of the clout war. Yeah, this shit. Yeah, he nasty. Yeah, it's nasty Nas.
Nasty
Nas. 95 Nas. It's 95 Nas.
Clarence with the super chat says, "Run DMC, Peter Piper, lyric/storytelling." That is a classic. Matthew with the super chat says, 8Ball and MJG, lay it down. UGK, pocket full of stones. The South got something to say. Peace to y'all. You know what? I would
pocket full of stones.
Pocket full of stones. I was gonna say, man, Space Age Pimpin', man.
I'm cool with Space Age Pimpin' too.
Space Age Pimpin' shut things down, at least down here. Yes. They call me D Nice. Shout out to Antonio with the super chat. He says, one of the dopest beats ever. Shout out to D Nice, man. I love the fact that D Nice got his glow up, like, 25, 30 years.
3-6 song, Mike.
I mean, tear the club up.
Tear the club up?
Yeah. James Smith with the super chat says Fresh Prince theme song.
Mike,
Breaks
what about
and
Who Run
Baby
It? Hold on,
Got Back.
What about Who Run It, Mike?
Who Run It's great, but I think that Tear the Club Up's the one.
I feel like Who Run It is the shit, though. I feel like Who Run It.
Who Run's the better song?
Run. Right. These niggas ain't running shit with y'all mouth. That was fun. Who Run It? Who Run It's official.
What do you think about Baby Got Back in the breaks? I think when we have that standard of, like, the doo-wop and stuff like that brings,
that might be going too far. Yeah. I got it made by Special Ed.
Great record. I want to put that down.
Yeah.
Man, I love this, though. It just shows you how great hip-hop has been over the past, 40
Mike,
years.
we're well over 100 records.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
DeCarlo with the super chat says, who wins in the Native Tongue versus Dungeon Family versus? I think the Native Tongue will win that. Because you got Tribe taking out Cass, and then you got De La that'll probably take out Goody Mob to a degree, too.
Actually, Mike, you want to know what? I think if you were taking Tribe against any one of it, hold on, when you're saying Native Tongues, who are you including? Like, are you including the Roots in that?
I don't think they're going that extent. Yeah, if you include the Roots in common, it ain't no competition.
Right. So when you're talking Native Tongues, you're talking Jungle Brothers, De La,
and Tribe. And
Tribe.
Probably Moni Love, too, right?
And Leaders of the New School, maybe. That was Busta Rhymes, Charlie Brown, right?
Yeah. The people that are on the Buddy remix. How about that?
Mike, I'll take Dungeon Family, and I think I'll beat you because I got some of Goody's best shit, too. I'm cool with that.
I'll take
Dungeon Family over.
Well, you know what? Let's do that. Since De La is finally available, let's do that on Patreon then.
Yeah, Mike, because it's like, no. You giving me Goody's first couple albums to fuck with. I got Cool Breeze and Witch Doctor's album to fuck with.
Okay.
I got the Outkast catalog to fuck with. Got a little Slim Cutter Calhoun, little Killer Mike. I hate to be the one to break it to people. The biggest artist has come out of Atlanta since Outkast. Well, his name is Future, and you know what set he really claimed, Mike?
Well, see, now, if you're going to start using Future and Janelle Monáe and
Family,
stuff,
Mike.
Well, I'm going to have to use the extended Native Tongue family at that point.
No, Mike. Sorry. Damn Pollard. Future Rico Wade cousin, right?
Yeah. It's family.
DF for life, Mike. That's DF. That's DF.
No. I think that's a great matchup. Let's do it. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, I almost threw my damn tablet out the window when Mike said that he's not really into the Roots. Greatest live hip hop performers you will ever experience. I love the Roots, man. I respect the Roots. I'm just saying I don't really go to the Roots albums like I do other people. I'll put it that way. Mad Max with the super chat says, no role models. No role models, J. Cole. And Kane is better than KRS. I went back and heard both KRS. Lucky Kane was his man, to be honest. Because how dynamic Kane is, sorry, KRS is not him.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. You don't have enough evidence to that claim, and that's the thing with Kane. Do you really want to know the truth, Mike? If Kane has the catalog that he should have, we're talking about him right next to Nas and Jay-Z and Rakim. Because that's who he really is. That's how he is as an MC. Like, I mean, as much as I love all KRS and stuff, does he have something with the charisma as appeal as it ain't no half-stepping? Oh, fuck no. And I say that respectfully. But I also say this respectfully about Kane. Kane don't have no damn by any means, by all means necessary. He don't have a criminal minded. He don't have an edutainment. He don't have a sex, drugs, and violence. He don't have a Return of the Boom Bap. And he don't have a KRS-One album. And he don't have a I Got Next. That's 7 albums I just named. So respectfully, when you talking about KRS, understand very few people can fuck with KRS.
Yeah.
And Kane ain't one of them. And the catalog is the motherfucking reason.
I think so even with the verses.
Talk to me about Kane being that nice when Kane can make 7 albums like that, because we know his bars is like that, but do we know the bars run that deep? We don't know that. We know KRS shit run that deep. They did have a verses, right?
They did have a verses, and I wish we could have gotten
KRS's clip, right?
Yeah, he just had a lot of songs. Yeah. I wish we could have seen KRS and LL do a verses.
LL would have lost too, Mike.
I think so too.
Would have lost.
Only the Funk with the super chat says, for underground list, where would you rate Trigger the Gambler and Smooth the Hustler? Broken Language or Company Flow? Fire, Which You Burn. Fire and Which You Burn. I mean, Company Flow put out a classic. That built Rockets Records.
What, Fun Crusher?
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it's the one and only. Yeah. Mad Max with the super chat says, KRS top 10, though. Chill with the Nobody Wanted with him. Nobody did. What you mean chill with that? That's just the fact.
These are facts.
That's the fact. What would you say, man?
We were down here and we watched that happen.
What would you say, or what would people in the current day's time say if an MC came out there, let's just say TDE and all of them were still together, Black Hippies were all together, and there was an MC who came at Black Hippies, TDE, all together, right? And the only person responding is Schoolboy Q. What would the narrative be? Kendrick don't want it with such and such, right?
Mike.
Right.
He did some neighborhood bully shit. Let's just call it what it is. It was some neighborhood bully shit.
KRS was...
And he forever shady with it. He was at the verses. Where G-Rap at? He was talking shit. That wasn't, he meant that friendly, but he meant that in his competitive nature.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you running out of hits? You want to do the records you did with G2? I come give him some. Like, that's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying what he's saying, he's a competitor. You're like, where G-Rap at? He's like, oh, you done with your clip? Where G at? She can come get some. Yo.
And listen, he wasn't just going at Shan, he was going to Molly Mall, he was going to Roxanne Shante. So yeah, it's clear.
Roxanne's still mad about it, Mike.
Yeah. They didn't want it with him. It is what it is.
But she's still mad about it, I heard. Yeah. Like not like in a bit, but like, you know, like there was a couple times where it's like she was invited to the verses, like, you know what I mean? Like to come out. Like Kane wanted her to come out like it was like a thing. But she's like, no.
Listen, man.
She's like, that nigga fucking damaged my name out here.
It is what it is, man. And it ain't no disrespect to anybody, but it was clear. Nobody wanted it with KRS. We can't sit here and say that stop with that narrative. No, it's what it is.
Mike, you got to stand up to the neighborhood bully. I'm going to tell you a quick story right quick. I used to collect basketball cards. When I moved to West Boulevard, there was this nigga named Derek. Derek was like pro NFL linebacker size when we were like in 7th grade. I don't know how. It might have been because he failed a couple times. He used to walk around with his black leather coat. He used to live in Little Rock off of West Boulevard. I had a 1989-90 Michael Jordan Skybox card. I passed around in gym class one day. The nigga straight took my card. And he kept it all day. It was in a glass case. I ain't say too much because I had stole it from Freedom Mall, Mike. But at the end of the day, we was getting on the bus, and I stepped to him to get my card back. Mike, this nigga caught a whole manslaughter charge against a grown-ass man the following summer. Like, this nigga was massive. And I was probably maybe about 5'2", about 110 pounds, maybe soaking wet. But I stepped to the nigga. And the nigga gave me my card back because I stepped to him because I wasn't no punk.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when you're in the streets, no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, no matter how big somebody else's rep is, you step your ass out and you dance and you fight. You take the ass whooping if you got to take the ass whooping. Like, Mike, I consign myself to the ass whooping. About me being willing to take the ass whooping, the nigga just handed me the card back.
He respected it. He's like, look, I don't feel like fighting today.
He told me, he was like, most niggas my size don't even step to me, little man.
Well, there it is. Roy Wanna with the super chat.
So don't tell me that shit don't matter that they didn't step to him.
Yeah. We seen it as fans, and it doesn't really...
Seen it. They're like, stop that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I
still love G. I still love Kane. I love them more than I love KRS on here. But no. I didn't see nobody else acting like they wanted that smoke, Mike.
No, he clearly was in a different.
Not with Chris.
Yeah, he was definitely on a different playing field. Roy Wanna with the super chat says Soulja Boy, Superman is definitely top 10. But see, the thing is too, man, when you think about what KRS did. And like I said earlier, he didn't go in there going at the Juice Crew excluding people. He went out there wide open. He never was like, I ain't talking to G-Rap, I ain't talking to Kane. No. He was like, look, respect to them, they're great MCs. If they want it, come and get it.
Come get some. And
it never happened.
That's how every great MC really thinks too, Mike. It's like, oh, if you really want some, come get this work.
It never happened.
That's how you're supposed to think.
And that's documented. It just never happened. Mike.
Yeah. And nobody embodies that shit like KRS.
Right.
Nobody. Now, meanwhile, we have somebody like Kendrick at number 2 who disappears for 5 years.
Who doesn't get on records with other rappers.
Who
claimed that he was going to roast every rapper that he got on record with.
Mm-hmm. How about this? How about you get on stage with KRS-One live? Let's see how you do.
Yeah. Nick Adamas with the super chat says, I would say Put On isn't a top 50 song. I wasn't even a Jeezy fan like that either, though. Yeah. I don't think Jeezy has a top 50 hip-hop song. But, I mean, look who you're asking. DeCarlo with the super chat says, Coop, how do you just dismiss Dreams and Nightmares like it wasn't the biggest song of the last decade? Shaking my head.
Because it ain't like that. Next.
Mad Max with the super chat says, yeah, Coop, I don't know where you been at. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill is the best song of the 2010s. Everyone loses their mind when it comes on. I'm tired of people talking about,
like, Mike, it plays in the club.
Is that it? You don't think people play it like, you know what I'm saying, anywhere else?
When you hear it, Mike. Other than the club.
36 Chambers says, let me clear my throat, DJ Cool. That's a classic, but top 50, I don't know. I'm almost done with these. Sean with the super chat says, every ghetto, Nas Never Surrender, DJ Khaled, Scarface, and Jadakiss, Meek Mill. Shoot, I think I just skipped something real quick. Sean says, Dirty World, Hot Boys. I ain't heard that song in a minute. Esquire with the super chat says, Tila, show enough. Do or Die, Poe Pimpin'. I like Poe.
I like Poe Pimpin'.
I like that. That introduced us to Twister.
I like Poe Pimpin'.
Yeah, Poe Pimpin' is a classic.
Pulled up in a CA, double I.
Pumping AC. AC blows. Jay Short with the super chat says, no top 10 by decade. Make better music. You'll make the list. We not handicapping. I think that's fair.
Ooh.
Yeah. AB Studio with the super chat says, add Ghetto Boys Mind Playing Tricks, add Eric Sermon's music. by Eric Sermon. I think that's a good one. And you got to add, You Know How We Do It by Ice Cube. I think Eric Sermon's music was a big song. I don't know if it would.
It was pretty big, Mike.
Yeah,
it was the biggest song in his career. It was bigger than anything.
It's one of the biggest songs of that era.
I was actually thinking You Got to Chill.
I think it's one of the biggest songs of that era when it came out. DeCarlo says, Rolling with the Kid and Play. Andre Shashir with the super chat says, 8Ball and MJG Lay It Down. It still gets heavy play here in the Midwest at the clubs. Lay It Down's a classic.
Lay It Down's a shit.
Yeah. I'm almost done with these, I believe. Man, I don't think we're going to get to all of our subjects today. James Smith with the super chat says, Dance with the Devil and Exhibit C.
No.
I like the Exhibit C choice because I think the Exhibit C is
video. Where the video? All right, next.
Antonio with the super chat. I'm going to say something about Exhibit C.
We're not letting niggas slide in for bar work with New York State of Mind not making it.
Well, I guess that's
We ain't even fucking bought up Brenda's Got a Baby. They got a whole video.
That's true.
No Exhibit C. Stop.
Okay,
that.
I'm with that. Antonio with the super chat.
Tell people to put in work. Do videos, do songs, actually contribute to the culture on a full scale like the other legends have.
Okay.
Ain't no Exhibit C, nigga. How about this? You get an F for Exhibit C. Ain't no video. Next.
Antonio with the super chat says, other rappers brag about taking out another rapper or record label. KRS literally shut down a whole New York borough for 6 years in the hip-hop community. Insane.
Felt like 7.
Insane.
Felt like 7 if we could.
James Smith with the super chat says, Summertime by Will Smith and Treat 'Em Right by Chubb Rock. I thought about Treat 'Em Right. I thought about that. I think that's one of the greatest. Okay, I got that noted. Treat 'Em Right.
I don't got Treat 'Em Right noted. I think Treat 'Em Right's better than music.
I think so too. JB was here says Cinderfella. Dana Dane. My mere thoughts with the super chat says Method Man. You're all I need to get by. We got that one.
Told you you're all I need.
Man, Max with the super chat says, nah, Jay Short, you're just 80s, 90s bias. Great music everywhere. You trying to gatekeep stuff and wonder why young people don't respect your era. Shout out to the young people stepping up.
Bang, bang.
Boom. And I'm finally done with the super chats, man.
Bang,
are you ready to move on? Because let's talk.
I am, Mike, because we just came up with 100 songs in 2 hours.
In 2 hours, man. I didn't think this was going to take that long.
Tell you what, ain't making the list if I rule the world in triumph.
Let's talk about this Hit Boy thing real quick. Hit Boy and Hitmaker. I listened to the Jim Jones and Hitmaker album. I don't know if you listened to it.
No, I listened to both of the projects.
All right, and I listened to the Music Soul Child album that Hit Boy just entirely produced. Hit Boy is on a tear right now. That Music Soul Child album is dope, and I'm not just saying that because, Hit Boy, be giving us props and showing love or whatever. Ain't nobody on the take or whatever. Dope music's dope music.
First of all, Hit Boy don't pay us shit.
No, but
people be treating us like these niggas pay us. These niggas ain't paying us nothing.
Hit Boy pays us respect, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But the music
pays
is
us
the music.
In respect, and that's cool.
Yeah,
but he don't pay us.
Yeah.
So stop acting like he do.
But he putting in work. You know what I'm saying? And we respecting the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he got coming with Benny. But as far as that Jim Jones project, it was cool, but if Hitmaker's gonna talk this production banter like they're gonna go back and forth on some skill level stuff, he's using recycled samples that have been proven to work. And for me, I don't know, man. I don't give high marks for that. Like, if you're comparing the two, right? Hit Boy's basically making original music or getting real creative when he does sample like he did on Legit and things like that. But to go out there and use imaginary players sample over and to use, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff that we all are familiar with and stuff, it's like, that's boring to me.
Well, I'm going to tell you, first of all, part of why it's boring is because, Puff did it first and got wealthy. Irv did it next and got rich. And the rest of y'all just been watering it down since then. So that there is a watered down conversation to have about this. Isn't that the Bobby Valentino slow down beat?
Yeah.
Slow down?
Yeah.
That's a slow down beat, slow down?
Yeah.
First of all, there was something about the Jim Jones album that definitely was more what I would tell you commercially viable and radio friendly with the aesthetic and the approach.
Well, let me respond to that because a lot of the records that were on there were already on the radio before. You know what I'm saying? Like the samples that were used from records.
Were big radio records.
Yeah, they were already on the radio.
And quite frankly, I have the record called YKTV where you're using the imaginary player sample. Like, you know, YKTV, like the Nas record?
Yeah.
So there was that part of it that I just kind of looked at right quick. Right, it's like that part. It's like, it's the same damn song title, but you're using the fucking J sample of the J sample. That's Angela Winbush, correct?
Right, correct. Well, actually, it's Angela. You know, when she was in the group with what's his name? But yeah, pretty much, it's Angela Winbush.
Mike, that's Angela Winbush.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to forget the other individual. It's Imaginary Playmates. I'm sure somebody in the chat.
Was that Alexander O'Neal? No. That's he was with what's her name, Patrice Rushen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Alexander O'Neal and Patrice Rushen did the things. What's fam name? It ain't the pretty nigga from Shalimar.
Renee and Angela, yeah, Renee and Angela.
It is the pretty nigga from Shalimar.
Yeah.
Right. Isn't that the nigga from Shalimar?
I believe so.
That is the pretty nigga from Shalimar.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that sample.
Not Jody Watley, but the other pretty nigga.
36 Shavers with the super chat says, are any Supreme Clientele tracks top 50? If there were, it would be, I was going to say Shay Shay Lagos if there were.
Right, one don't have no video, do it. One's such a banger.
007 says, Hitmaker's a clown. Respectfully, modern day Stevie J, clownish.
No. Stevie J made better hit records.
Yeah, Stevie J made Breakdown with Bone and Mariah Carey.
Stevie J did the Mariah joint?
Yeah, he did Victory.
You're going to eat off that for a long time, be eating for a long time off that.
Yeah.
Do a joint for Mariah and it blows.
Yeah.
You eat for life. Here's what I'll tell you, Mike. And here's how I want to contextualize it for you. Let's have this Hitmaker and Hit Boy conversation right quick.
Go ahead.
And I respect Hitmaker and I like Hitmaker. What's Hitmaker's biggest hit to you?
Off top?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. What would you say?
That's exactly the point that I'm about to make. Is that, well, if you really want to know about Hitmaker, well, his hits are more attached in a line, like literally to the biggest artist this game has to offer. If we just want to talk on the rap side, well, he has worked with Drake, Nicki, and Wayne.
Right.
Mike, as far as hit making is concerned in the modern day era, that might as well be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
People are saying sexy can I?
Father, Son, Holy Ghost as far as hit making is concerned in the modern day era. So we're like, man, Hitmaker got all these hits. It's like, well, show me a producer that's worked with Nicki, Drake, and Wayne the last fucking 15 years that doesn't have that.
Right.
That's what having star powers have. It's like, man, that's like saying, man, RZA beats sure is dope. It's like, yes, but do you understand that they're doper when people like Method Man, Old Dirty Bastard, Raekwon the Chef, and Ghostface Killer, the Jizza, and Inspector Deck are rapping on them? Do you understand how much better the beats are when they're rapping on the beats? Because, Mike, what does RZA shit look like outside of Inspector Deck, the Jizza, Method Man, Raekwon the Chef, and Ghostface Killer as a producer? When we talk about Dr. Dre, Mike, did you not hear Glove talk about Easy?
Mm-hmm. He's a star.
Easy a star.
Yeah.
When he talked about Snoop, the biggest star this game has ever seen.
I'm trying to find these. I'm listening to you. I'm trying to go through his discography and find the biggest hit.
Mike.
I'm trying to go through his discography and find the biggest hit.
Can I introduce you to this rap mogul and top 10 MC named Ice Cube? Do you understand when you were talking about Dr. Dre's beats? Do you understand that part of the reason why you were talking about Dr. Dre's beats with Chris the Glove Taylor's contribution. Shout out to the Glove. Glove sent me some stuff the other day. I seen what you sent me, Glove. It just got deleted. Man, Dr. Dre's beats have some of the greatest MCs of all time rapping on them, Mike. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, some of the biggest stars, some of the most capable MCs.
Mike, we just put a funky enough up in here. Mike, people still talking about the formula by the DOC. Do you want to know why? Because it's not all Dr. Dre. The reason people been up in the chat tonight talking about the formula. No, the DOC was going to be a top 5 MC.
Well, hold on. Stop real quick. I want to ask you, what is Hitmaker's biggest hit? Because I'm going through here while you're talking. I'm going through here trying to find it, and I don't really know equivocally. Like,
Mike, I was asking you that because I didn't know either when I looked earlier today. That's why I was asking you.
I think his banter with Hit Boy is kind of some trolling stuff because I don't really see how we could even compare the two.
This is what I mean when he does, like, he makes hits. Sexy Can I with Ray J and Young Berg.
Okay.
A Hitmaker record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. If you want to talk about it's like you, like that type of producer, this is what I'm going to submit.
Is that Niggas in Paris? Is that One Train? Is that Goldie? Is that... I didn't even know Hit Boy made Theraflu, Cold for Kanye West. I didn't know he made that. Is it those records?
Here's what I'll tell you. And this is what I mean about how I'm going to contextualize it for you. Let's say Hitmaker is a bigger hit maker. Okay? As in terms of songs that chart and sell, when he's saying Hit Boy ain't had a hit in the last 5-6 years, well, you're basing that on the metric that you operate comfortably in, that you excel in and excel comfortably in. Because you make, listen to the Jim Jones album. Those beats are what I like to call, like, how about this, Mike? The women gonna love those beats and ride to those beats, and those beats gonna sell, and they gonna track.
They're safe.
Safe it. I didn't want to disrespect him and be safe because I like his beats. But yeah,
it's listen, safe. When you recycle like that, it's safe. And for me, and I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but what I was gonna say, when we get to the point in hip hop where other hip hop songs are being remade and recycled,
for the third time?
Yeah, I think that's cheat code. At least when you're talking about Puff, back then he was at least flipping records that rappers had never flipped before, right? You're
That's
already flipping records.
So great. Nobody had really thought about.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wanted to take the big payback, Mike. Nobody took it.
Exactly. But it's like you're rapping over records that have already been rapped over before successfully. That's cheating. And to me, I mean, from a creative standpoint. And it's safe.
This is why I'm about to explain it from a creative standpoint. This is what I want people to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told people this, and I say this with humility now, because, like, I'm older now and I'm smarter now, and enough time has passed now. Like, Mike, I've often come up on this show and I've talked about my trip to Italy, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit differently now. I want to talk about it from an artist's point of view, and part of why I went. I went because I knew artist-wise it was a place where geniuses had resided and made their mark. I'm big into art and I'm big into history. I've been humbled and been blessed to travel the world. Been humbled and blessed to travel the world. Listen to what I'm about to say, Mike, and I want to be very, very clear when I'm saying this. I don't want this shit to ever be mistaken again. Michelangelo is a genius because he does all the things. Okay? When you are making a hit record is a standalone piece. Okay? It stands alone by itself. And you can forever go back to that hit record or that standalone piece. And you can be like, hey, I made that. That's beautiful. Sometimes, Mike, you contribute something to society and a culture that's bigger than just a one-time view. Mm-hmm. It would require people to take pictures, to go more in depth, to know the history, and to know the story. And this is why I'm bringing up Italy and Michelangelo. In Italy, in Florence and Rome, respectively, are Michelangelo's two greatest achievements, the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo's David, okay? David's like a hit record, Mike, okay? It's a standalone. When you see it, it's awesome. It's awe-inspiring. It's a one of one. That's what a hit record is. Hitmaker walking around like he Quincy Jones. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, no, like, that's a one of one when you make hit records. Hitmaker doesn't have a Michelangelo's David. Has a song. You get what I'm saying? He don't have no Thriller. He don't have no Beat It. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep on breaking it down. He don't have that, okay? But here's the other thing that he doesn't have, Mike. When you go to the Sistine Chapel, they asked Raphael and Michelangelo to tell the story of the Bible on frescoes on the ceiling, okay? That's what the album making process is, Mike. It's more arduous. It's harder. It requires more detail. It requires more work. It requires more of you. So although people may go to Italy and they may see Michelangelo's David and be like, oh, that's the best shit that I ever seen. No. The best shit Michelangelo ever did is on the frescoes of the Sistine Chapel, because that man sat on a fucking 30-foot ladder on his back for about 7 years painting the story of the Bible. Half the shit that's on the frescoes, most people can't interpret because they haven't even read. That's what the album process is like, Mike. Mm-hmm. Hit Boy has a David in Niggas in Paris, but he's got the frescoes on the Sistine Chapel with the Nas albums.
Yeah.
Hitmaker don't have either one of those, Mike, to be talking this way. And that's the end of the discussion. You don't have David, like you don't have one hit record that resonates. Niggas in Paris, Mike, every time I go to a ball game, I'm going to say this. When I mean ball game, I mean football, baseball, basketball, Mike. Niggas in Paris plays, and we know who did it.
Yeah.
That's David. KD1, KD2, KD3, Magic, Sistine Chapel.
Yeah. No, straight up.
He don't have either.
And you know what? Even
Stop
with
talking
this,
that way, fam.
Even
like,
because
it almost makes me feel like he's like. It may seem like Hit's jealous because Hit don't have the hit records. It's like, no, nigga, you already made David and you just made the frescoes on the Sistine Chapel. You don't have to do shit else. You just made these frescoes on the Sistine Chapel that people are going to walk by generation after generation and try to figure out, be like, oh, because Mike, you got to know your shit to know the frescoes. It's like, oh no, that's Abraham.
Yeah.
That's Isaac. That's David. That's Noah. That's the crucifixion. That's Beelzebub. You got to know your shit to understand the frescoes. So you might not even understand the beauty of it until you get your shit together.
What I was going to say, Coop, I think even with this project with Jim Jones, this was an attempt to show, you know what, I can make an album too, if that's what it's about, right? If you want to go out there and try to call out somebody like Hit who has been making albums. But to me, you went out there and chose the easy way out from using recycled material. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it makes you appreciate the work that Hit Boy's done on these full projects that he's done over the past 4 or 5 years. He didn't do that. He didn't go out there picking repetitive, easy samples that have already been used. Even if you want to go to that Mary J. Blige Reminisce, that was a new take on something that was actually not super old. Actually, it was a new take on a remake, right? It was a new take on, because Mary's version was a remake of the original, but it was a take on that and making that new, as opposed to basically just using a record that was already successful in rap. Let me get to these super chats real quick and we'll move on.
I'm not done. No. Because I want to talk about Quincy Jones.
Go ahead. Because I think you're talking some good shit.
No, this is what I mean about this. Like, Mike, do you look at Quincy Jones because he made the song Thriller or because he made the album Thriller?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not about to, Hitmaker not about to pull up and change the narrative about how we've been looking at this classically. And this is what I mean about classically. I'm about to take this shit all the way back. No, fuck all that, Mike. This motherfucker, Count Basie with Frank Sinatra, Quincy Jones production. It might as well be the swing that has Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah.
I Believe in You. I Can't Stop Loving You. I Want to Be Around. The Best Is Yet to Come. No. Quincy Jones is the band director of that album. Those aren't just the songs. He's fucking running the whole show. So he ran the show for Frank, and then he ran the show for Mike. That's why we look at Quincy that way. We don't be looking at Quincy and be like, you know he made the song Thriller.
Right.
No, fam. When we look at Preem, what we do when we talk about Preem?
Gangsta.
Be like, man,
Moment of
you
Truth.
heard Moment of Truth? Right. When we talk about Dr. Dre, Mike, what do we say? The Chronic, Doggy Style, Niggas for Life, Straight Outta Compton. No one can do it better by the DOC.
That's why Dr. Dre is held so high in this culture.
Let Me Ride was a really great single Dr. Dre produced. Yeah. That is not what we do. Mike, when we talk about the RZA, we be like, man, that's the greatest hip-hop run a hip-hop producer has ever produced what? Yeah. Albums. We don't be like, man, he made Glaciers of Ice and Incarcerated Scarface. Be like, that nigga made the Purple Tape.
Even when we talk about Kanye in that sense.
Iron Man. Yeah. You'd be like, Mike, you specifically pull up here and be like, he made the Blueprint B in Daytona, Coop.
Yeah. As a producer, you're judged on your full album.
What we doing? You're a producer. Yeah. You're judged on your full body of work.
And you know what? And that's what separates Hit Boy from everybody else in his class right now. And that's just, the God honest truth.
Niggas accept the fact that they do not produce better albums than this man. And the only person in the last 10 years that can lay claim to that is Alchemist. The rest of you niggas cannot.
Yeah. And what Hit has on Alchemist at this point is the fact that Hit Boy got hit records in this era in a way that Alchemist kind of doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
No. Here's what he really has on Alchemist, Mike. Here's the separation. You don't know it's hits beats half the time.
Yeah.
You don't know he doing these damn beats, Mike. Yeah. Like I was listening to the music shit. It's like, no, some of the shit I'm like, okay, I'm familiar with the sound. Some of the stuff is just like, oh, you making stuff for him. Just like you making stuff for him. Just like you making stuff for him. So let's just look at the 4 Nas albums, the Benny album, and the music album, Mike.
And the new Benny album that's coming that we're hearing little snippets
but that's 6 full-length projects this man has taken on and executed very, very well.
Yep.
Like, that music project is dope. I'm not a big fan of the last 2 records, but up until that point, I was like, this is impressive.
Yeah.
And I don't even fuck with music tough like that anymore. I ain't listened to music since I was at UNCG in 99, 2000, 2001. And I was like, damn, this shit sound fresh. That whole, what's that shit? Mike, this is what I'm talking about. It's like sometimes a hit is like kind of what you make it to be. There's a song on there, Mike. When I heard that, I was like, no. I was like, that's a hit. It's all about what the people around that shit do with that. White Rice Deja Vu, Mike.
I like that one too.
That White Rice Deja Vu, I'm like, no, that's a hit record. If this is music 20 years ago when he has his deal and has his pub, radio is already kicking that shit and there's already a video.
Right.
So, like, don't be fooled
by on 106 and Park.
Numbers. No, that's more of a hit than anything that's on the Jim Jones and Hitmaker album. Just on some real shit. Like, not being biased because hits support us. I'm talking about, like, we got to start making the quality of the production matter the way that it always did. The only motherfucker, Mike, that ever was considered to be an all-time great producer about the stuff that he did outside of his group work was Preem. And that's because he did his immediate work outside of Gangstar with Biggie and Nas first.
And then Jay.
It's like the first time you heard somebody rap on a DJ Premier beat that came outside of the core camp, came outside of the Gangstar camp, was Nas and Big.
Right. Let me get to these super chats real quick.
And Mike, as soon as he did that, what happened to his reputation?
Blew all the way up. Let me get to these super chats real quick. Jay Short with the super chat says, tell Mad Max to come talk to me about his era when these top 50 MCs and hip-hop songs lists are done, and it's 90% of my era. We respect results. Let's see what else.
There's fair points on both sides.
Fair point. Both teams play hard, my man.
One team got better players. That's what I'm saying.
Mad Max.
The 10 best MCs from the 5 best MCs from the 80s and the 5 best MCs from the 90s would destroy the 2000s and the 2010s. That's part of the problem. The MCs are better. So thereby the high-end moments are better because the high-end talent is better. It's like, I don't care what you feel about Kendrick and Cole. They had each other. KRS had Kane, Rakim, Slick Rick, Chuck D, Cool G Rap, No, that ain't the same shit as Kendrick and Cole having each other. You think the quality gonna be the same? No, the quality not about to be the same. It's too. No.
Let's look at this though, and I'll say this respectfully.
Wu-Tang Clan had Wu-Tang Clan to fight against, Mike.
I say this respectfully, Coop. You got Kendrick and Cole, right? Put that up against
Jay Electronica, who didn't rap at the time. That's
let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Put that against Rakim and Kane. Put that against Pac and Biggie. Put that against Nas and Jay. It's not even. I mean,
you don't want to do that, Mike. Mike, I don't even know if you want to do Kanye and 50 versus them. Kanye and 50 at their peak was something else to behold, Mike.
Yeah.
It was something to behold to watch them at their peak.
No, you're right.
It was special stuff.
I mean, I think they're more in line with the T.I. and Wayne, but I don't even know if you want to do that. Mad Max to the super
rap shit?
Yeah. Mad Max to the super chat says, Jay Short, respectfully, your era is the past for a run for a RZA. You still living in it for, I guess, the past for a reason. Oh, okay. Your era is the past for a reason. Let me let Mad Max finish. I'll let you respond. Jay Short says, Jay Short, respectfully, your era is in the past for a reason. You still living in it. Move on. I'm about giving old heads their respect, but there's a limit. You gotta respect us too, or we'll erase your era from memory. Lord.
What we doing? Bang, bang.
And Mad Max goes on to say, it honestly comes off weak by older heads when they do that. Pac and Nas are my favorite rappers. I love LL, Rakim, Kane, so I give them their respect. You're just shutting out our stuff, and that's just wrong. I'm with that. You can't.
Okay, so no, this is where the meeting in the middle is. This is what I'm trying to tell Mad Max. First of all, I forgot to bring up No, let's break it down like this, Mike. Between 1985 and 1989, and this is not a joke. This is not something we're exaggerating. Between 1985 and 1989, we got LL Cool J, KRS-One, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, Ice Cube, Scarface, and Chuck D.
And you didn't mention our Rakim. I don't think.
That's absurd. Mike, I say this respectfully to Mad Max. Part of why 36 feels the way that he feels is because quite frankly, on some rap shit, on some competitive nature, on some quality of record stuff, that's too much competition for your era to withhold. They don't have it like that. That does not mean that Kendrick and Cole and people from that era do not deserve their props, though. But you need to both respect and understand each other's sides and understand that the game is different, but also understand you're never going to see a funnel, a pipeline of talent like that. Like, never. Like, if it's not for Wu-Tang Clan, Mike, it's like they got the 90s beat, too. Like, Wu-Tang, you understand, Wu is the separation. Wu and Dungeon Family specifically are the separations in the elite rap talent between the 80s guys. Because, Mike, here's what I tell you. Pac, Nas, Biggie, and Jay's not enough for the guys I just named because there's 8 of those guys versus 4 of those guys. You need Wu-Tang and Dungeon Family. You need an Andre, you need a Method Man, a Raekwon, a Ghostface, a Big Kid. No, you need these guys.
I think the game opening up to different regions, and I count Staten Island kind of as a different region too, really helped the 90s be stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because there were people rapping from places that they weren't rapping from on a large level. In the
People's
90s,
Instinctive is 89, Mike. We could put Q-Tip in there, too.
People's Instinctive was 90. But, yeah, Q-Tip was around.
They recording in 89, Mike. I'm sorry. It's 89, 90.
Mad Max with the super chat says, Dreams and Nightmares slipping.
Mad Max going in.
And Many Men is not top 50, but Mobb Deep, Slick Rick have like 10 songs in there. Come on, that's ridiculous. You act like I'm saying Meek is top 10. I'm saying that he has one record at least. Okay. I'm with that.
Hold on.
Leroy Green with the super chat says, respectfully, Coop, Hit Boy is no Michelangelo. Hitmaker has hits, and Hit Boy don't. Niggas in Paris and is Jay-Z and Ye. That's a layup. Berg did Ray J in one song what Hit Boy did for Nas in 4 albums. Okay, well, Leroy, enlighten me. What all does Hitmaker have like that?
Right. Hold on. How about this? Mike, respectfully, show me the album that he's produced that's comparable to KD2 Magic or KD3. And then show me the record that he has better than Niggas for Paris. And then maybe.
Well, he did Sycamore too. He did Sycamore too. So tell me the record that Hitmaker has that's on
Who did Sycamore too?
Hit Boy. He did Trophies. Yeah, he did Trophies.
I know he did Trophies. No, I know he did Trophies. He did Sycamore?
Yeah. He did Backseat Freestyle for Kendrick.
No, I know about Backseat Freestyle. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm telling the audience. He did Click, right?
Yeah.
Okay, since we talking about, Niggas from Paris is a layup or whatever, I mean, what does Hitmaker have for these records that I'm naming? One Train,
I mean, not to be
Goldie.
Funny, what does Hitmaker... No. Real talk, Mike? What does Hitmaker have for Spicy? Off the Jim Jones album that he just made?
Nothing. Eric Terrell with the super chat says...
I give you Spicy. It's like, fuck all that other shit, Mike. What he got better than Spicy that he's made the last few years? Spicy beat-wise, song-wise, New York State of Mind-wise, Uptown-wise?
Yeah.
That's better than anything Hitmaker just did.
Eric Terrell with the super chat says, Coop, Hit Boy is not Quincy or Michelangelo. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, Coop, RZA was not just some beneficiary of established MCs. RZA is a visionary who created the Wu Collective. If anything, he made them, respectfully. Those guys have a lot of talent, respectfully.
Respectfully, guys.
Yeah.
Respectfully about RZA, there's never been a producer with more fucking MC talent in the room than RZA, and you all know it.
Yeah, you don't
Respectfully speaking,
yeah.
Method Man don't grow on trees. Old Dirty Bastard don't grow on trees. Raekwon the Chef, the Jizza being your cousin don't grow on no tree. Inspector Deck, Ghostface, that's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard since we've been doing this. That's some of the dumbest shit you ever said.
I understand what he meant, but I agree.
He cultivated talent? You mean like a producer is supposed to do? You mean he did his job?
Yeah, they already had raw talent. Yeah.
What are we talking about? You understand the way Method Man is rhyming on Into the Wu-Tang? He's like 10 times better as a lyricist on Tikal, right?
People know I be doing a show, man. But people don't care. They just call me anyway.
Wu-Tang forever, but you niggas be tripping. Like, ain't nobody ever... I told you, Mike, it'd be like, man, the Wu-Tang tracks hit different. It's like, yeah, if I had Ray and Ghost and fucking Meth and Old Dirty... that shit be hitting different, too.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had those guys around me, I could make such and such.
Can't nobody just grab that Bring the Pain beat, Mike, and make a big record out of it. Like, it's real fucking grimy.
Yeah. Eric Terrell with the super chat says, if you work with Nas, you walk on water. Come on. Think I'm giving him? You think we're giving him points because he worked with Nas? He didn't just work with Nas. He had a pretty incredible run.
No, this is what I'm saying. No. There have been producers that have worked with Nas.
Yeah.
He just made some of Nas's best stuff. Like in year 25, 26, 27, 28, 20, whatever fuck year it is.
It's pretty
like
impressive.
Year 27 to year 29, he just made some of the man's best stuff. It's like, Mike, that's like, imagine this. Remember when Rodney Jerkins did Invincible?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Imagine if Invincible actually like sounded like a KD2 or a KD3. That's what Hit Boy just did. It's like taking somebody like Mike that's like removed from that Thriller Illmatic moment and being like, nah, like I'm making projects that's comparable to your early stuff. Not songs, and that's why I bring up Invincible. No, Invincible got some songs.
Right.
Break of Dawn, Heaven Can Wait, You Rock My World, Love Butterflies.
Yeah.
Hit Boy made an album like that for Nas.
Yeah.
And then he did it again.
And then again.
Mike.
And then again.
And then he did it again. Mike. And then just for good measure, one more. He did it 4 times.
Yeah.
And y'all acting like it's nothing. It's like, no, that's not nothing. That doesn't happen in music.
That sounds like hater
That doesn't happen in
man.
music. Why are people acting like what just happened didn't happen? Like it happens.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what won't be happening, Mike. 50 won't be going on a run like this. Jay won't be going on a run like this. Cameron won't be going on a run like this.
I'll tell you what, man.
Rakim, KRS-One. KRS-One just dropped a great album last year. You won't be going on a run like this. Cool G Rap won't be going on a run like this. None of these guys. You want to know why? It's not the MC. We have certain formulas, Mike. See, we update our formulas with the time. So rhyme style is elevated. Style of beats is elevated. And there's always a message.
Yeah.
That's what they just did, Mike.
Yeah. On some hip hop shit. BCM with the super chat. BCM with the super chat says Hit Boy already had an all-time great, and people are failing to recognize it at the actual time. So Hit Boy is already an all-time great, and people are failing to recognize it in the actual time. We're recognizing it.
What's Hitmaker's biggest song?
No, we talking about Hit Boy. Hit Boy.
No, we talking about Hitmaker because I've been asking people for 30 minutes what his biggest song is, and ain't nobody said shit.
Jay Short says, no disrespect to Hitmaker, but was working with Jim Jones the best strategic move to prove himself as a producer? Jim is not versatile as a rapper. Still not Hit Boy. Yeah.
Mike, I just pulled up his catalog.
Okay.
Let's see. These are the albums. Yes, this is discography for rapper Hitmaker. Look What You Made Me. Released August 12, 2008.
Eric Terrell says, stop looking at the world through the 90s peephole. We're looking at
this catalog right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
1-800-HIT-EASY. February 12th, 2021. You remember that, Mike? 1-800-HIT-EASY with Eric Bellinger. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Big Tuh. Google don't even know when this shit got released. Okay. Almost Famous.
Talk about Big Sean Almost Famous?
No.
No, that's
talking about his shit. List of mixtapes with selected detail. Young Boss or Die Volume 1. Passport Swag.
I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar with any of this shit. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Sexy Lady featuring Junior. Sexy Can I with Ray J.
Ladies. Talking about that one? It was nice.
Do That There featuring Dude and Them. The Business featuring Kasha. Sex in the City.
Okay.
Thought Box. Pack Loud. Only You with Eric Behringer. Like, this. I'm just going through his stuff as an artist. Like, I'm just giving it to you. Bitch Please, Lil Wayne featuring Young Bird. Lonely. Karma, Nipsey Hussle. Feeling on You. My Shawty, Kasha. Heels On, Paquito, Pitbull featuring Young Bird. Young Bird has a lot of these production credits on the co-production credit side, just so we're clear.
I thought Young Bird is Hitmaker. Yeah.
Is Young Bird Hitmaker?
Yeah, he changed his name. Yeah.
He changed his name, right. Paquito, Collie Buds, that was pretty big. I Do It Better. Go Stupid. 285 Drinking and Driving remix with Ludacris and Young Jeezy. All Night Long. Like, Mike, why aren't these records ringing out?
I don't know. Leroy Green with the super chat said Exhibit C sent shockwaves through the digital underground for 10 years and brought back a vibe that was like a shot of adrenaline to the culture. I'm with you on that one, Leroy Green.
Mike, here we go. We got it. Lil Wayne, John.
Yeah. That's where I started.
Credit with Polo the Don. I love John with Rick Ross. Tamar Braxton, The One. Alley Boy, Stack It Up. Don Tripp, She Want. Drillkey Graham, Snapbacks and Tattoos. Mikey did Snapbacks and Tattoos. Remember Snapbacks and Tattoos? Right, Mike, cause right.
I don't.
Double Cup, DJ Infamous. Tierra Marie, Deserve. Here we go, Mike. Nicki Minaj, Want Some More.
Okay.
Favorite featuring Jeremiah. In Shanghai. That was 2014.
Let me get to some of these super chats. Roy Wanna says,
this catalog don't look like people say it look.
Right.
No, it don't.
Roy Wanna says, this is getting disrespectful. Jay and Lamar are washing T.I. and Lil Wayne. 50 and Kanye. Lyrically, can't compare. Show some respect.
Make better
J.
records.
Cole's bar work is fire. Who you think will win in the tag team versus?
First of all, if you ask Kanye and 50 to get in the studio together to make a song, and you ask J. Cole and Kendrick to get a song in the studio together and make a song, guess who's about to win, Mike?
If they were to do, let's just say like 20 song verses, and they're able to use each other's catalog and they're teaming up, who you got? Kendrick and Cole or Wayne and T.I.?
Mike, can you say 20-0?
What?
Can you say 20-0? Kendrick and Cole. If Kanye and 50 get together to do a versus J. Cole and Kendrick, they not gonna win a record.
I don't know if they would. I thought you were talking about T.I. and Wayne would beat
them. No, T.I. and Wayne gonna win a record, but Drake and Cole, Kendrick and Cole not winning no record against no 50 and Kanye. You fucking smoking? What's wrong with you niggas?
I mean, listen. At the end of the day,
B-sides, it's like crushing some of their shit.
At the end of the day, guys, and you guys know this, Cole and Kendrick are Kanye's sons. They are. I mean, and I say this respectfully, like Cole has been doing the whole school thing since he came out. Where do you think that comes from? Yeah. Eric Terrell with the super chat says, "I'm 51 and I give new music a legitimate props." And me too. I mean, I'm not 51, but I stay on the new music.
Kanye could beat Kendrick and Cole by himself, Mike. He don't even need 50.
Yeah, he could.
He could body them by himself. Like
honestly,
if it's just Kanye, it's like I give them niggas like 3 or 4 records on Ye. Be like 17-3, 16-4, 15-5. Like, what are we doing? I want to get the Hitmaker's catalog with all these hits he been making all these years.
I don't know.
Because right now we got John by Lil Wayne. I didn't know John with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross was a big hit like that, Mike. Did you know that?
Nah.
Snapbacks and tattoos, is that really big?
Nah.
Tamar Braxton, the one. Alley Boy, Stack It Up. DJ Infamous, Double Cup. Tierra Marie, Deserve. The one some more favorite in Shanghai with Nicki Minaj. That was 2014, so that was 9 years ago. Yo Gotti, Rihanna. 2015, I actually like that record. Jeremiah, Give No Fucks, and Worthy. I liked Worthy. 2015.
Man, these songs just ain't big like that for somebody talking like
No, we don't give him his fair credit. K. Michelle, Ain't You. Kid Ink, Nasty. Big Sean, Bounce Back. What you think about Bounce Back?
I like Bounce Back.
Okay, there we go. So he's got Bounce Back, Want Some More.
But it ain't Click. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, Gucci Mane, Tone It Down with Chris Brown. 7th Streeter, Anything You Want. Pia Mia, I'm a Fan. 7th Street, As Soon As I Get Home. Justin Scott, Back for More. K. Michelle, Birthday. Wiz Khalifa, Something New. Chris Brown, Confidence. Ty Dolla $ign, X. Ty Dolla $ign, Drop Top in the Rain. Ty Dolla $ign, Little Favorite. Ty Dolla $ign, All the Time. Kid Ink, Swish. Yo Gotti, Oh Yeah, featuring French. I like Oh Yeah. Wiz Khalifa, Letterman. Tanashi, Me So Bad. Meek Mill, Dangerous. Ty Dolla $ign, Pineapple. Tanashi, Like I Used to. Tanashi, Throw a Fit. Ty Dolla $ign, Number. Ty Dolla $ign, Simple. I like Simple. Ty Dolla $ign, Drugs. Me, Ty, The Light, Going Through Some Things, featuring Finch Montana. A Boogie with the Hitty, Come Closer with Queen Naja. G-Eazy, 1942. G-Eazy, Drop. He loves some Ty Dolla $ign. Clout, South Beach. I like South Beach with Quavo and French. I like South Beach. You like South Beach?
That's
I
cool.
fuck with South Beach. Lyrica Anderson, Rip. YBN Namir, Cake. PBN Rock, ABCD, Friend Zone. 2 Chainz, Rule the World. K. Michelle, Takes 2. Chris Brown, Come Together, featuring Her. Trouble, She a Winner. PNB Rock, I Like Girls. Tiana Taylor, How You Want It. YFN Lucci, I Not Long. Asher Angel, One Thought Away. Tanashi again, Mike. I'm sorry. Like I'm just trying to be nice to fam, but it's like, what? Where?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Like you would have thought he did some of her scissors, or like Beyonce, or like Rihanna's biggest records. The way he talking,
yeah.
Or some of Drake and Nicki. But like, Want Some More, Mike. To be honest with you, Mike, the best beat is Want Some More.
I agree. I thought Metro is
Chloe
on there
Bailey,
too.
How Does It Feel? Lakia, Mind Your Business.
Metro doesn't get no credit for Want Some More because I thought Metro's drop was on there or something.
I thought it was his drums.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that, man, like, I know these songs sell, like, and do streams. Niggas ain't riding to this shit. Let's just call it what it is. Man,
Not to be talking like
East on, Mike. Put that Death Row East on. Let's go to another topic, Mike.
Eric Terrell with Super Chat
tell
says...
Hit, and I mean Hit Boy, not Hit Maker. Tell Hit I said what's up and put that Death Row East on. I don't know what this is about.
Eric Terrell with the Super... It ain't about music because we just went through the music and it don't make sense. Eric Terrell with the super chat says, Mike and Coop, what do y'all think about that Wu-Tang TV series? Still hanging out?
I haven't watched it.
You know what? Y'all keep asking us to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna put it on.
We're gonna watch it for the fans, Mike. It's on Hulu, right?
Yep.
My brother just gave me his Hulu password, and we're about to work it out.
Michael Williams with the super chat says, Coop, you've often praised the greatness of All Eyes on Me, Book 1. How good would Life After Death be if it were just Book 1 or Book 2? Better than it was written or Ready to Die? A Reasonable Doubt, excuse me.
It's better than all those albums if it's just one album.
Yeah. I think it already is better than it was written to me.
No.
Yeah, I think Life After Death's a better album.
It's one of those things, it's so hard to call a conversation like that, and I'm going to tell you why, Mike. For whatever you want to say about If I Ruled the World and the Street Dreams remix, stylistically, those songs hold up better than the hit records that are on Life After Death. As in, they're not as gimmicky as Hypnotize and More Money, More Problems and Fucking You Tonight. Those songs are more classic. Street Dreams and If I Ruled the World are more classic than the singles on Life After Death. What would you say to that if I said that to you?
You know I'm not a big fan of Hypnotize, so I can definitely say I would put If I Ruled the World and Street Dreams over Hypnotize. I don't know if I'm ready to say I will put those records over More Money, More Problems, though.
I was never big. The way you feel about Hypnotize is how I feel about More Money, More Problems. I feel like that song, if you really want to know the truth, Mike, and listen to what I'm saying, it doesn't really add anything to Life After Death like that.
What it does is introduces us to Mason Puff. That song is the beginning of the Shiny Suit era.
So
that song is
So I'm going to say that again. Listen to what I'm saying. That song don't really do nothing.
I think that song is
the
necessary.
big verse does. Listen to what I'm saying. The big verse does something. That song ain't like that, Mike. More Money, More Problems might be the weakest song on disc 1. You understand that, right?
I don't know about that. Hypnotize definitely would be my pick.
You want to run it down? Because it's between More Money, More Problems, and guess what, Mike?
Hypnotize. Yeah, Hypnotize is that one for me.
How about this? Hold on, let's just run it down right quick. So Niggas Bleeding, I Got a Story to Tell is better, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What's Beef's better?
Yeah.
I Love the Dough.
Yeah.
Last Days.
I think More Money, More Problems better than Last Days. And I like Last Days.
I'll make you a classic like my first LP. Make you a classic like my first LP. Never heard a nigga talk like that live before. Why his album was only like 2.5 years old. It's like, oh, it's like, reminded me, it's like that Ready to Die shit is a classic. Make you a classic like my first LP.
No. Last Days is crazy. But I might end up picking More Money, More Problems.
And I solemnly swear, all y'all niggas in the game got a problem this year. Can I live to my last day? Getting honeys that be nasty. Getting money in a fast way. But I only care halfway. But I still can't let you pass, man. That's one of Kiss' best hooks. That's why I'm talking about, people be talking about Kiss. It's like, Kiss gave some of his best shit to the camp. That's Kiss on the hook the last day. Can I live to my last day? Getting money in the fast way. Getting honeys that be nasty. But I only care halfway. But I still can't. No, Last Day is better than More Money, More Problems.
I want to know what the people think about that.
We all know a kick in the door and somebody got to die is compared to More Money, More Problems. So it's between Hypnotize and More Money, More Problems, which is exactly why, guess what, Mike? You could have kept that record. Because at least Hypnotize, listen to what I'm saying, at least Hypnotize is Biggie for 3 verses. I put Hoser NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC prefer Versace. All Fendi hoes prefer Moschino. Every cutie with a booty bought a Coogee. The real Biggie. Meaning, who's really the shit? Them niggas ride dicks. Frank Weiss put the 6 on the Lexus LS 4.5. Bulletproof glass tints. Kiss, I want some ass. Gon' blast, squeeze first. Ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. Yo, laugh. A nigga rapping about blunts and broads, tits and bras, menage a trois, sex and expensive cars. Still leave you on the pavement. Condo paid for. No car payment. At my arraignment, note for the plaintiff. Your daughter's tied up in a Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty. That's how I stay filthy. Richer than Richie. Till you niggas come and get me. That's way better than everything on More Money, More Problems. He's got 3 verses like that on Hypnotize. More Money, More Problems is the weak link on Life After Death.
Whew, that's tough to say. Eric Terrell with the super chat says,
I know you sick of this lame brand nigga with flows. Girls say he's sweet like licorice. You want to keep on going, Mike? So get with this, nigga. It's easy, girlfriend. Here's a pin. No, you're not fucking with that bar work on Hypnotize. Stop that. Bar work is stellar. The bar work on More Money, More Problems is not stellar. Big's bar work is stellar.
Big's
keep
bar
that
work
record. Matter of fact, you could have kept the Biggie, the B.I.G. getting his cream. You could have kept that interlude, played his verse for More Money, More Problems as an interlude, and went right into the next shit.
You need the More Money, More Problems song. Shit. That song is necessary. Eric Terrell with the super chat says,
it's necessary for Puff. We have Puffy Woods
and Mace.
On the 18th hole. No, he glorified that shit. No.
Eric Terrell with the super chat says, nobody but 90s hip-hop heads listen to the KD series. Yeah, wow. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says,
there might be some truth to that.
Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, give any other producer those same young and raw 8 Wu-Tang members in the early 90s and they will not create 36 Chambers, Liquid Swords, or Cuban Link. Nah, Mike, man, RZA did some special stuff.
You want to know why he was in position to create a Cuban Links and a Liquid Sword and an Iron Man and a Return to the 36 Chambers? He had stars.
Mm-hmm.
What part of that do you not understand? You need stars. Mike, what is Deep Cover without Snoop Dogg?
What's The Chronic without Snoop Dogg? What's G-Thang without Snoop Dogg?
What's Death Row without Snoop Dogg?
Right.
Stop acting like stars don't matter.
Snoop is the man.
What's NWA without Eazy-E and Ice Cube?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we doing? Mike, people don't even know about Leaders of the New School. What was Leaders of the New School without Busta Rhymes for real? Y'all don't even remember Leaders of the New School. What was Tribe to you without Q-Tip? Stop acting like stars don't matter. Part of why De La don't get no pub ain't just because the catalog was available, it's because they weren't stars in the group. They're just dope-ass MCs and producers. It's part of why they shit never popped. Mike, Outkast, Andre and Big Boy are stars.
They are. Yeah.
They're stars, Mike.
CeeLo and Gipp are stars.
Games? Why are we playing these games?
Yeah.
You don't see a star? When you saw Method Man for the first time, Mike, what'd you think?
Dude's the man. You know, even though I thought Cujo gave the best rap performance on Soul Food, CeeLo and Gipp were stars.
CeeLo and Gipp are stars, Mike. CeeLo and Gipp are stars. They always have been.
Mm-hmm.
Gipp be posting pictures of the gram, like of him in high school. He's like, I want to let you all know I was the man before there was ever any Dungeon Family. Should he be posting pictures like him gold out?
Of course.
From high school, like, no, I was the man outside before this rap shit went down. Because when you're a star, Mike.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying, Mike. Before I pulled up and started doing this podcast, people have been coming to me about this rap shit for years. You feel me? Like, I would be sitting in high school in class one day, and I wouldn't even be paying nobody no mind, and a girl be like, hey, Coop, I just listened to this record. What you think of it?
Right.
I've been that way. It was that way when I was 15. You feel me?
Anime Bros podcast, says, Ye can't beat them bar for bar. Hitmaker has nothing. We're going to have to get up out of here, man. I think we'll have more time on the next show to really go through the list. And definitely Monday, we're going to get back our Patreon audience.
We need to get back on no, Mike. I want to finish this top 50 MC list. It shouldn't take us 3 months to finish a list.
No, we got to
get the list finished.
Yeah, I think we need to dedicate a whole show to it.
I would like to dedicate a show to getting the list finished.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're in the 30s. It's like I'd rather get it finished. I want to get it finished so we can audit it properly.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be pulling up on the anniversary without at least the MC list. I would like a songs list. I'd like an albums list. I like an MC list.
Okay. Well, Wednesday we'll dedicate a full show to it. I think Wednesday's a good day to do that anyway because, it ain't like nothing's going to come out between now and Wednesday anyway. James Smith with the super chat said, Player Hater and Another B were trash in Philly.
No, I said book one. So I said this one.
I think he's just talking about all around. But yeah, I think Another B, I never really liked that record.
Hold on. Can I answer something?
Uh-huh.
There's 22 records on Life After Death, right?
Mm-hmm.
You only get to keep 14. You keeping More Money, More Problems, Mike?
I'm probably not. But
then it's not that good. Then it's not like that, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
No, the album's just that great. I guess I probably would rework the way that I would put out singles, though. But if I need a certain, I need to go back and look at it, because if I need a single, I'm putting More Money, More Problems out. It's already a proven fact that that's a hit record. You know what I'm saying?
Hypnotize. Mike, what's Hypnotize? Mike, we just doing a song list, Mike. Mike, just out of curiosity, where that hook come from?
The Ruler. You know, it's funny, man.
Randomly. What song, Mike?
Lottie Dottie.
Right.
You know, it's
So don't tell me that don't resonate. Biggie, can't you see? No, that's Lottie Dottie.
It's funny, man. The Ruler's back.
Resonate. The bar work stellar. It's the beat.
Slick Rick's The Ruler's Back just randomly popped up on my phone when I was riding the other day. And I thought about when somebody was asking us what's the better intro, The Ruler's Back or the Stillmatic intro. And I was like, literally, The Ruler's Back on the Blueprint is damn near word for word Slick Rick's song. Like,
we took the whole The Ruler's Back.
So off we go. Let the trumpets blow, because the driver of the mission.
To me, there's a lot of MCs trying to sound like Ricky D.
Yeah, I don't think people are aware of that, though. You know,
that's because they're not familiar with The Ruler's Back, which is track number. Hold on, listen to this. The Ruler's Back is track number 2 off The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. It's not how the album leads off.
Yep, Treat Him Like a Prostitute is
correct, and then Children's Story. So it goes Treat Him Like a Prostitute. The Ruler's Back, Children's Story, The Moment I Feared.
What's after that? Then it's Mona Lisa, right?
Mona Lisa is 7 after Indian Girl. Indian Girl is 6.
Okay.
And then Teenage Love.
Yep. What a great album.
I think Kid, What's the Scoop? Then Hey Young World. What's track 5? Let's Go Crazy. Let's Go Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Short with the Super Chat says, if you took a poll of California's favorite Biggie songs, it would be probably Hypnotized. That beat still goes in the ride. I could see that. I could see that has a real Cali vibe. And you know what? That might have been what he was shooting for at that time, because he clearly was trying to get a lot of Cali love in the rides. It almost felt like, I'm not going to say that, but, you know, it almost felt like
he didn't like how it went down.
It was wide open.
He didn't like how all that shit went down. He was trying to squash some of it with the music.
I don't know if I can say that, because some of the messaging doesn't really point to that. What I will say, though, is
what songs don't speak to that?
I mean, all the Tupac shots in that album.
What Tupac shots are on the album, Mike?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
From What's Beef all the way down to the way things end on that album. From
First of all, What's Beef is not a shot at Tupac.
Okay, you don't think so?
No. What's Beef? He's actually like letting you know what beef really is. He's letting you know that the beef's not real, actually. What's beef? Beef is when you need 2 guests to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when ICU, guaranteed to be in ICU.
So what about Long Kiss Goodnight? What about Long Kiss Goodnight?
What, Slugs Missed You? I Ain't Mad at You? That's a Shook diss, Mike. Slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. Slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. How is that a Tupac diss?
You know what? Hold on.
Tupac got hit with the slugs.
Okay. Hold on
That's a Shook diss. Puff is on the record, and we ain't talking about no other rappers. You know who I'm talking to, motherfucker.
What about, because there's a lot of stuff that was on that record specifically.
No, there's not.
That came across. Hold on. I'm going to get the whole break.
You just move with such stamina. Slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. Slugs missed you. Not slugs hit you, but slugs missed you. Now, one nigga took 5 and one nigga got grazed.
Well, what did you think about...
One nigga took 5, one nigga got grazed. Too big talking about slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. That's the ingest part. It's like, oh, you thinking I'm talking about him. I'm talking about his mans.
All right, what did you think about the nigga Please Blood Fills Your Dungarees? With the overalls that Pac was wearing? What about... Laugh Now, Cry Later. I Rhyme Greater.
Hold on.
Pac had Laugh Now, Cry Later tattooed on his back. He said, Laugh Now, Cry Later. I Rhyme Greater.
than the average player, hater, or spectator.
So that's just a coincidence that Pac had "Laugh Now, Cry Later" tattooed on his back.
I don't like the "Laugh Now, Cry Later" bar.
Yeah.
But you can't qualify that and say that that's... Because listen to what he's saying. Laugh now, cry later. What'd he say after that? I rhyme greater than the average player, hater, or spectator.
Okay.
Where's the real shot at?
I rhyme greater.
No, Mike, this is competition.
Maniacs put the man.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, Mike, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't like how people take those shots. It's like, no, that's an MC shot. We taking those shots. Just like he says, your reign on the top was short like leprechauns. That's a Nas shot. Nobody talks about that.
But Nas was here to defend that. You know what I'm saying? Maniacs put my name in rap.
Fucking Maniacs put my name in that part of the game. I mean, a lot of people had Biggie name in their mouth, though, Mike. There was the boot camp clip. I told you, Kicking the Door is more about boot camp clip than it is Nas. That's why my money never funny, and you still recruiting, stupid. That's a boot camp click shot.
Or what about Now You Resting Eternally? Sleepy, you burn when you creep me. Rest where the worms be. And the
Biggie's talk is morbid on Ready to Die. Like, that's Biggie talk. When I grab the tech, put it to your headpiece. The safety is off release. That's what I'm saying. He's talking that way before. Biggie Smalls is savage, doing your brain cells much damage. You want to know? You know what I'm saying? It's
I'm gonna do this little bit of research too. Lil C said in XXL that verse was about Biggie. This is what Lil C said about Long Kiss Goodnight. He says that was a one-nighter. That was about Pac. He had some shit at the beginning of it though. Nobody heard it on the real. We had to change it. It was a little too much. I can't remember what it said about him, but it was terrible. It couldn't make it. He didn't want to do it. He had some fire, but he didn't want to make it too much. He just wanted to address it and let niggas know. I know what's going on, and I could catch wreck if I want to. Like, if I really wanted to get you niggas, I could. That's what C said.
That's what C said?
Yeah. He was in the room. James Smith.
He was in the room. But I'm going to take that with a grain of salt because, they had some legal problems that came upon them. And the only motherfucker that stood up and took the charge was the female in the crew. So I really don't look at the crew the same way, seeing how the female took the charge and the rest of the niggas was snitching. I don't trust their words. So I'll just tell it to you like that, Mike. Like, since you want to, bring it up, it's like, I don't trust really shit C said because real talk, when it was time for the nigga to really stand tall for the camp, that was Kim. And so I trust Kim, and I don't trust nobody else in that camp that's talking because she took a whole charge behind that. And she spoke to how they couldn't be trusted with their words and their actions. And so his whole credibility for me on some street shit, Mike, in terms of what he has to say is viable, is in jeopardy to me. And I met the nigga before. He's the one that put me on to the Quiet Storm remix before it came out because he was in that record store in Charlotte promoting his album. So I met the nigga. What happened when all that K shit came up and Kim took the charge? Was he solid then? Because if he wasn't solid then why the fuck should he be solid now?
James Smith with the super chat says, Cam voice, you've been a swagger jacker since 87. All right, and let me get to these last super chats. We'll get up out of here.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to use C's words, it's like, understand who C's is. It's like, if Kim said it, I would believe it. Kim ate a whole charge behind her words or lack thereof. That nigga right there, not so much, Mike. Go read that shit about how it went down.
Mad Max with the super chat says, Coop, Big said, whether you're above me or beneath me, you eternally sleepy. That's a Pac diss. LP with the super chat says, Coop, he was on interviews talking about being scared for his life, scared to sleep. In my opinion, Big had been shooting slick shots throughout his songs. He knew exactly how real the beef was. Let's see. Jay Short says, Coop,
Y'all sound like Vibe and the Source. It's like y'all fanning the shit more.
Jay Short
For real, y'all sound like the media fanning the shit more.
Jay Short says, Coop just blew my mind with that long kiss goodnight perspective.
Mike, will somebody please explain the slugs missed you? I ain't mad at you. Because Pac got hit. So how is the record about Pac when the main... Mike, they literally stopped the fucking beat. Slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. Pause. We ain't mad at you. They talking to somebody that's alive. Pac is dead.
Hold on. Did he say slugs missed you or hit you?
Nope, slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. I love Long Kiss Goodnight, Mike. That's produced by the RZA. That's the RZA's best. That's the RZA's best production job outside of Wu-Tang Clan.
It's probably one of his few. Probably one of his few production jobs.
That's the shit Beans bought up in the fucking Kiss battle. My team in the Marine Blue 6 Coop skied it out, weeded out, cleaning out. The block for distances, giving long kisses, bitch. That's that shit Beans was spitting against Kiss. How you gonna kick that Pac shit when you rolled with Big?
Hold on. I'm going back doing a little bit of recon.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you, but the record's about Pac. You're missing the very key point in the song. The most key point.
LP
the point
says,
where he's talking about who he's really addressing.
LP says, dudes diss me after I'm gone because they fear me in the physical form. Pac, troublesome, 96. Coop, they all did it. Big just did it the most. Let's see.
No, what I'm saying is there's disses going on, but they're competitive rap disses. They're not like, oh no, I'm trying to get this nigga body disses. Like the slugs missed.
So you don't think that Big was? So you don't think Big was dissing Pac at all on Life After Death?
Like the purpose of Life After Death is not to get back at Tupac.
I guess I didn't get that. I didn't.
Well, show me where you're getting it, Mike.
That's I just did. You know what I mean? But if that was interpreted
if all you got is like a couple of bars.
Well, there was another bar that you were talking about the other day. That whole that Jay thing on I Love the Dough.
Oh, that's Jay.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's a Pac shot. That's a Pac shot. I'm in the 1,500 seats watching Tyson. Same night, same fight. Some of y'all cats ain't playing right. I'll let you tell it. Now, here's what I know. Big had said some foul shit on Brooklyn's Finest, and Jay had him take it out. Like, I think he said something like the most hated in California. I'm warning you. That's how it really went.
Mm-hmm.
The original. That's more notorious, tongue-in-cheek intended, than saying slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. Go listen to Puff's rant. And we ain't talking about no other rappers. You know who I'm talking to, motherfucker. We coming for you. That's on the record, Mike. Why don't you listen to the rest of the record?
I've listened to the record a million times.
So you do hear the part where Puff says, we not talking about no other rappers, right? You know that part of the record, right, at the end?
I'll go back and listen to it over the weekend.
He said, and we not talking about no other rappers. We talking to you, motherfucker. You know who we talking to. He says that clear as day on the record.
Okay.
At the end of the record. What we doing out here, people?
You don't. All right. Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way, Coop. Do you not see how some of those messaging and messages could be mixed messages?
I see how people like to crank shit up
in a very heated situation where the media is already piling onto it.
I see how niggas like to crank shit up just like the media, and we need to keep it to competitive.
I agree with that, and I think that you can't.
Not you, Mike. I'm not talking about you.
No. I know you're not talking about me.
No, I didn't want you to take it that way. I just thought about that. I didn't want you to take it that way.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that
you're a peaceful brother. You're not like a fan flamer. I didn't want to make it seem like I was talking about you.
No. I think that at the time, I guess when it comes to record selling and and just competitive fervor and controversy selling, that's what I meant. I think that they kind of added on with subliminals that may have or may not have been about whatever. But at the time, with things being so heated and things being hot, people are taking whatever said whatever way they want it to be said. And I think that even that shouldn't have been done. You know what I mean? Like, just leave it all out. Like, Life After Death is a great album without any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm... Okay, so, Mike, this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean. This is where violence intercedes the music. Kick in the Door is a masterful diss record.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody catching a two-piece. Nas catching a two-piece. Boot Camp Click catching some. Everybody getting some hands put on them on Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, that's what competitive rap is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in the physical. It's supposed to be on record.
Right.
Fake thug, no love. You get the slug. See before gusto. You luck, no. I didn't know till I was drunk, though. You freak niggas played out. Get fucked and ate out. Prostitute, a turn bitch, I got the gauge out. 96 ways I made out. Montana with a good effort. Lex with TV sets the minimum. You know what I'm saying? No. These niggas competitive, and they claim to be New York's king. It ain't about that.
Yeah.
Jay on what you think of that? Your shit did what? Mine did 4. Right. Who we talking about? We talking about your shit did what? Mine did 4. But letting you know, right? No, this is what these niggas do. You know what I'm saying?
LP with the super chat says he died behind that beef. The subliminals didn't help. And you know what?
That's what I'm saying though. It's like, you can't let the media control the subliminals. The subliminals is fine when he's taking shots at Nas or at Boot Camp. Oh no, it's fine when Jay and Nas was sending these niggas for about 3 years before the beef was sending each other subliminals on record with regularity, Mike.
Oh, they were.
With regularity. Don't tell me that shit was not live. It's like, oh yeah, it's like we just go wait for this to happen. We just go wait, tick, tick, tick. There it go. It's like, yeah, there it go. We've been hearing that shit. Pac and Big is the only situation where it's like, oh no, these niggas trying to kill each other. It's like, no. It's always competitive fervor with the bars unless it's Big and Pac. No, I'm not changing the narrative about Big and Pac. That's competitive fervor. That's why he said slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. He's letting you know it's like, no, this is competitive. This is not personal.
Well, on that note,
you taught me. I think what he's really telling Pac on Life After Death is you taught me everything I know, but I think I'm better now. And the reality of the matter is Mike, he is. Pac's just not there to rebuttal that. That's it. That's it. That's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be talking about the competitive fervor of it. It's like, no. Pac gave Big the formula. Big mastered the formula. Pac never got a chance to respond. They both died. That's the narrative. These niggas is trying to kill each other.
He did take the double diss thing, too. LP with the super chat says, not saying that Life After Death is a whole Pac subliminal, but it, it is in there. Mad Max says, didn't Biggie have a bar about the thinner kid, the winner is, and the one who get his eyebrows French braided or something like that? James Smith with the super chat says, army fatigues bring being fatigues to enemies is quad.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. So Nas was infamous for wearing army fatigues around that time too. Is that a Nas shot? Because Nas is his direct competition in New York. Nas is in rap videos in fatigues around that time. You feel what I'm saying? The Hate Me Now cover on vinyl, Mike, is Nas in a whole fatigue outfit. You understand that? Nas used to wear fatigues too. There are Nas shots on the album too. Why is that about Pac and not about Nas?
We know.
You get what I'm saying? Most people don't even know he's talking about Boot Camp Click on the third verse of Kick in the Door.
Well,
he had a run in at D&D studio. Guns almost got drawn, Mike. That's why he said, that's why my money never funny and you still recruiting, stupid. You're not talking about Pac. You're not talking about Nas. You're talking about Boot Camp. You got to know your history sometimes to understand the shots being taken too. Now, if Faye have twins, she probably have 2 Pacs. That's a Faith shot. You get what I'm saying about how you can see a shot clearly? That's him saying, I don't trust my wife. That's clear. Slugs miss you, I ain't mad at you, ain't clear. Your rain on the top, short like leprechauns, not clear. Slugs miss you, I ain't mad at you. Well, that's very clear because Tupac definitely got hit like more than a few times.
Well, on that note, let's get up out of here. Monday's going to be fun, and so is Wednesday. Great show.
You like Stop Call Question, check the rhyme. Need to check the rhyme. Need to check Puffy's ad-libs, too, old ad-libbing ass nigga. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, take that. All that shit. Listen to all that shit.